That's a
You
red
ain't,
man.
you ain't live yet. You live now though.
Coming to you live.
Coming to you live and direct from the bricks, right? You from the bricks, right? All right, what's up? What's up, people? Episode 47 at hand. You know, we've been on this joint talking about 2 hours. I guess that's called a production meeting. But you know, we get to bring you that fire, talk about those things you desire.
Get him, JP.
You know how we do it. You know, man, so much going on in sports right now. MLB has just started up. Your boy JB the champ is in his first. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna say it again. Your boy JB the champ. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I've had 2 fantasy seasons this year, and I've been a champion in both of them, so I can call myself the champ. You know, I won championships in fantasy football, and I won the only fantasy basketball league that I'm in, of course, and these guys in that league too. So, hey, Chris was the champion last year, but you see, he's no longer the champ. Champ is by my name at least for another year. And you know, just to, you know, kind of add some salt to the wound, the division I'm in with Joey, which I've won every year.
True.
I've been first place every year in division except one, and that was the year I actually fell asleep before the draft. Remember that, Joey?
Yes, I did.
You called me, JB drafting. I was at my kitchen table. I had everything working. I looked up. I was in the 3rd and 4th round. Like, what the?
Scrambling.
Yeah, scrambling. That year, I'm not gonna lie. I fudged it. I didn't set my lineups. I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I did not care. I was just there. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be here because I wasn't. There was no coming back from that. Listen, just so you know, this year in our, you know, I'm kind of getting off topic, but real quick, I checked this out tonight. In our fantasy basketball league, we draft 13 rounds. Out of my 13 players at the end of the year, I only had 5 left that I actually drafted.
And yet, some important ones.
And yet, of course, I you know, I did kind of drop playoff P for a little bit, but nobody paid attention except for Joey. But by the time he figured out it was too late, I already picked him back up.
Too late. Too late, Junior.
Too late.
You know, and I kept Donovan all year. I kept Scary Terry. I mean, I really didn't have no core. I mean, like, my starting center got hurt. I just pulled off one of the most amazing manager jobs ever seen, you know.
Thanks, Paladin. Thanks, Paladin.
On the same level as the 7-6 man here below me. I can't put on that level of just managing to just win 7-6, 7-6, 7-6 to win a title. But you know, I was under a lot of pressure because let me tell you, I know if Buttons, if you're listening, I know you were complaining, Buttons, about my add and drop, but let me tell you a little something, Buttons. You had a chance to put a dagger in me, but you didn't take advantage of it. You had a chance to put me in the 3rd seed, but you refused to add and drop. So guess what? I add and drop and made sure I beat you so I could beat Joey by percentage points to claim that spot and get that bye, which I needed. I needed that bye because guess what happened after the bye? I picked up Chris Paul, playoff P. I picked up Chris Paul against Joey Chris, and I beat Joey by like 2 assists or 1 assist.
Now you beat him with his own dude. That's the dude. He's always how you.
My man.
You win.
I mean, seriously, when I picked up Chris Paul, that turned the tide at that matchup because Joey had me, but then Chris Paul came in and get like 16 assists, 17 assists, and it was a wrap.
Yeah. That's like beating me with Anthony Davis. Come on.
and then I played Paladin, and Trae Young. I mean, Trae Young went off. Trae Young and Caldwell Pope went off that week against me, but he was just outmatched.
Trae Young special.
Kyle then was out with it, man. He just
That's all you can say.
it's like he just didn't get it. You know, he didn't get it, man. But anyway, I mean, starting at the end of the season, I started my last week, last Sunday, I started Malik Monk, Isaiah Roby, and Damon and Jones from Sacramento. Come on, man.
Malik Monk. Mm-hmm.
You know, so it is what it is. But anyway, enough about JB the champ. We are here to talk about.
Well, actually, you beat us, JB the champ in FanDuel golf. So,
dang it.
Wasn't even going to talk about that one, right? We all. I mean, I basically won. I looked at what y'all had and what I had. I won because I had the guy who won the whole thing and dominated. Because you guys had
Joey had two guys who dropped out.
Yeah. Two guys who withdrew, right?
Yeah. He had Ustasian and Paul Casey both dropped out, and I had Ustasian, I think. So I was like,
you guys, you had I think you had a guy who dropped out and missed a cut. I think we had one guy that didn't make the cut. My boy Kent laid an egg, so.
Man,
Scotty stepped up.
You were definitely hyping him up. So you would have put some money on him.
I did. I put money on it, but it was scared money. It was Joey Neal's type of money.
Ain't nothing wrong with scared money sometimes.
I put full disclosure. I put $2.32 on that joint. And won like $45, right? I should have put more on it, but I was scared money because that was like my second time betting on golf, really, But I bet on darts on here, but that's with Joey, so you never know what I bet on. I be betting on
darts and Chinese basketball.
I'll be betting darts and Chinese basketball. Lord have mercy. All right, but yeah, that's our Masters. We did have a little. Another little thing we had on, we picked our players for each. What we pick our players for? It was each.
Well, they were. Remember, I think they were like based in groups. FanDuel gave out. Remember, it was like different groupings that they had. So
I'm the master of spreadsheets and other stuff. So I got it. I just pulled up. Let's look at it real quick.
I don't know if I want to.
We can see it. Let me make it a little bigger. So we all stunk though. I mean, it was we all stunk. I mean, look, group 1, we stunk. Look at group 2. I picked Scott plus 14. What? And Chris, I would say, Chris won group 3.
That one there. None of us. Group
4, look, miscut. Group 5, my man Fitzmagic. Zalatoris, Chris, you had two guys who did pretty decent.
Uh-huh.
And I had a guy who was a plus 17.
17. Oh my God.
I guess he was a man. I kept calling him General Patton. That's why he was probably mad at me. and Joey's boy, plus 13. And the guy who won the year before, plus 2. And then Scotty.
There he is.
Oh, that's your big. Well, see, Cantlay won that one though, right? I mean, he won your grouping at least.
Yeah, both of y'all had Spieth, and he missed a cut.
Man,
yeah.
Goodness, Jordan.
So we did all right on it. How did Hatton?
Jordan had one guy that was a negative under par. He had everybody plus. At least I had one guy. Chris, you had 2. So
how did Hatton make the cut and then go plus 17? He must have bombed.
Yeah, he imploded.
Was that Ricky Hatton?
Yeah, the only Hatton on it. Yeah, the only Hatton on it.
That's the old English boxer.
The old boxer Ricky Hatton.
The Masters. I guess we'll do this again in about a couple of weeks. We have the U.S. Open.
Open, baby.
That'll be a couple of weeks.
All right, Joey, did a hot take because I tell you what, Joey's hot take last year about golf has never come true yet. Your guy has not won a major.
You jinxed him.
He's getting close. He did he finish 12th?
He played all right in this one.
He did play all right.
Yes. Now I still got your feet to the fire.
Yes.
Yeah, your boy ain't
the great one.
You and Gretzky.
The great one is happy. The great one's happy.
He's happy. Okay. All right.
He sees progress.
He needs a championship. He needs a.
Yeah, he does.
And of course, if you didn't know, we do NBA picks. We did NBA picks last year. I say we were killing. We were hot last year. Last year we were doing our little money stacking thing on a regular basis, right? I mean, we did. My man Joey did bring home the bacon in his last one. Dude, Joey went 17 out of 19. Don't ask me how he did it. I mean, the same dude,
that's what I do,
out of 19 1 week. He goes 5 out of 19. What the heck? This dude Joey, man,
he swings for the fences because he bets the Knicks every time.
He's a consummate sugar to shit type guy.
Yeah.
He's that dude. And the vice versa, he'll go from shit to sugar just as fast as sugar to shit. He just that guy, right?
If you bet the Knicks every time, you're gonna be.
Hey, the last 2 weeks the Knicks are playing some good ball.
Tell you what, how about your boy? I said, Krista, I sent y'all the box score. How about your boy Toppin and your boy Quickly?
Oh man,
absolutely.
Quickly had triple doubles the week of the season.
They should have been playing more. I think Tibbs knows that now.
We'll see. I know. I mean, Quickly. Yeah. He was on my team. I know Joey dropped him. And that's funny. Joey dropped him against me. And guess what I did?
Picked him right
played him against him.
Picked him right up.
I'll take that.
Picked him right up and played him against his ass.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. How you doing, Joey? That's how it goes sometimes.
That's how it goes sometimes.
That's how when you have a dude. What's that guy? Brent Forbes going for 15 rebounds against you.
Oh yeah,
the playoffs.
The Rodman level rebounding.
That's right.
I'm like, who can I go out and get me some boards? Oh, Forbes
went out and got double rebounds.
He's available. How is he still available?
Will forever be salty just for those two stat lines. Craig and Forbes giving you double-digit rebounds in the playoffs.
I don't think I was intending for that level.
Rebounds for like 2 or 3.
No, I think there's no way in the world I was hoping for that. Obviously, I'll take it, but
I know it's time. You got to take it. You got to take it.
But yeah, I definitely wasn't like, I need Brent Forbes to get me. I'm not gonna win if he doesn't give me 15 boards.
And look, the NBA picks, of course, we did pretty good. We all averaged around 11 picks right a week. My man Chris was at 11.8. VCU, Joey's conglomerate of VCU guys averaged 12 a week, but we all sniff a win every once or twice, but my man Joey stacked it up for us. So
I'm still bitter about mine because I had Lakers up by 15 or 20 and Nets up by 15 or 20. Mm-hmm. And I lost both of them.
And both teams blew it. I tell you, boy, you never know, man. It's just how it goes sometimes. And speaking of how it goes sometimes, we have reached that point in the NBA where it's playoff time. Of course, we have 2 play-in games coming up. We'll get to that. Well, we'll see what the CJ Squared guys think was going to happen on Friday. But also, we're going to pick these first rounds like we did last year. You can go back and watch it and see us pick the first round of the NBA playoffs. Then we'll come back and pick the second round and go on to the finals, pick our finals thing. We're going to also pick our all NBA teams. Last year, we were pretty close. We'll probably be close again this year. So, pay attention to what's going on, right? You got all the people out there that are the experts. We're the experts too, so just remember that.
Absolutely.
We have our own expertise, put it that way. All right. And we talk, the NBA, man, it's hot. We have our who's going to be the MVP, who's going to be the rookie of the year, who's going to be the coach of the year, who's going to be the comeback player of the year, sixth man of the year. So all these things we'll be talking about here in the next couple of weeks. But first, Joey and Chris, what do y'all think about this game coming? The game's on Friday. Joey, who you got? Cavs, Hawks, Clippers, Pelicans.
Chris and JB, first game, Cavs, Hawks. I'm going with the underdog as of right now. Cleveland is going to win the game. Darius Garland is going to somehow outplay Ice Trae.
Ooh.
As a huge statement, because I know Ice Trae.
Don't hit us with a hot take already.
If your hot take is hotter than that, boy, man,
Darius Garland is going to somehow outshine Trae Young tomorrow. I love Trae Young. I wish the Knicks would have had the opportunity to get him. He is somehow the Hawks have regressed slightly, but Trae has progressed. I don't know how that's happening. But I will take Cleveland, and in the nightcap, I will go with the Clippers. The Clippers are just a better overall team. This Clippers team next year, if this is the same team, there it is, hot. If this is the same Clippers team, this Clippers team may go to the finals next year. Hot.
So you got the Clippers and you got the Cavs. Okay.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'm
not taking Cleveland.
Who you got, Chris?
I think Trae Young's going to be too much. Garland is better than I thought he was going to end up.
Woo! Nice.
He's definitely turned into a really good player.
Perfected the NBA carry too. Trust me, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Perfected it. I've seen him dribble the ball, hold there for a second, and go either direction.
Just pause. Little hesitation.
They're hezzy, huh?
Hezzy, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so give me Atlanta just because I think, they do have a little bit more playoff experience from last year.
More.
So, and on the other side, Clippers, I think Clippers had it the other night, which JV knows too well.
Well, my man.
But yeah, give me the Clippers too. I just think they're better right now.
All right. So first, I do think the Pelicans and the Clippers. I think when the Clippers played the Pelicans recently, when the Pelicans had everybody and the Clippers everybody they're gonna have this Friday, Clippers handled them pretty good. They beat them by 19 at home. So I do believe the Clippers are going to. I think Ty Lue is going to make up for the mistakes he made this last game because Ty Lue knows better. He usually a better coach than that, right?
Yes, he is.
I just knew he was going to outcoach this guy from Minnesota, but it's why they play the game, right? You got to give me. You got to give me Ice Trae. You got to give me Ice Trae. I hate when he does this, but. Not worse than the Knicks fans do, mind you. But I'm telling you, I think if Darius Garland outplays Trae Young, I think the Cavs will have a chance. But as we all know, the Cavs have what, Chris and Joey? They got shooters everywhere on the court. And that's one thing. If you watch that Cavs and Nets game, that's the one thing that Cavs are lacking, that's shooting. When they start Okoro and they start everybody else, they don't really have shooting. Okoro and those guys were missing wide open threes again. I'm talking about nobody nowhere near them missing threes against the Nets.
Yeah.
The Hawks do have the Cavs are getting Jared Allen back. The Hawks got a rim protector. The Hawks got two rim protectors. They got Capella, and they got the second year guy from USC that played with one of the Ball brothers. I forgot his name. Yeah. And so I just think the Hawks gonna be too much for Cleveland. Cleveland, injuries have put them on a downward spiral, and I think that the Hawks gonna just put an end to their season.
Is John Collins going to be active tomorrow?
I don't think so. I think he may come back at some point, but I don't think tomorrow. I mean, really, like I said before the season, they don't need John Collins to win. He's a good player, but they can win without John Collins. Without Ice Trey, not so much. I don't think.
No.
But it's gonna be a good game. I'm wondering, they're gonna probably throw Hunter on Garland, right? And probably vice versa, do a Okoro on Young. Should be a good game. I think both of those guys are man, they're nice point guards right now for how they play. NBA's in good hands for those kind of guys. All right, so on to the next thing, right? So you got me and Chris in a consensus, which is happening more often than not. And then of course Joey is going against the team he hates the most. That's the Hawks. He hates the Hawks, even though he said he likes Ice Trey. He knows.
I love Ice Trey. I love him.
Deep down inside, you should hate Ice Trey.
He goes down tomorrow.
He goes down tomorrow. Okay. All right, Ice Trey. We're gonna see what you can do tomorrow. Might take you in a same game parlay. I know if I take a same game parlay tomorrow night, two things I'm gonna take with those guys: Ice Trey double-double, Capella double-double. Book it. Book it. They both will have double doubles.
Maybe I have some inside information on that myself.
They will have, if that's available on one of your sites, the same game parlay. Book it. That's going to be easy money. But anyway, let's talk about our first round NBA picks. Right, last year we had our first round picks. Me and Chris were pretty good. Joey, not so much. He was, especially with his Knicks and his Lakers, who are not in the playoff last year. I wonder who made that prediction last year about the Knicks when we at the end of the season. We were like, yeah, what team that made the playoffs won't be coming back? I wonder what person said the Knicks wouldn't come. That was me. But anyway, all right. And Joey was like, nah, JB, nah. Joey, you remember that conversation.
I do remember that conversation.
Here we go. So, starting in the East, right? First round matchup. Let's go with that. Let's go with the easy one first. I think we all gonna be in consensus here. All right. The Milwaukee Bucks and the Chicago Bulls. Give me your picks and your number of games is gonna last. Chris, give me that for that Bucks.
I'll go Bucks in 5.
Bucks in 5.
Ditto.
Ditto. Bucks in 5. Joey, you wanted to pick the Bulls, Joey.
I will never pick against Giannis like I did last. Well, I'm not gonna say I will never pick against him, but Giannis taught me a very important lesson last year.
All right. I'm gonna pick the Bucks too. I'm gonna pick the Bucks in a clean sweep.
Ooh.
All right. I think the Bulls, man, they don't got that juice no more. They ain't playoff ready like Milwaukee is.
Once Ball's hurt.
All right.
You know my boy in there, we beat the Bucks in 6.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So let's go to that. So that is the 3-6 matchup. Let's go to that 4-5 matchup. Ooh, Mufasa.
Knicks Hawks? Oh,
no,
that's last year.
Wrong.
Not in the playoffs. Get over it.
Yeah.
You having some PTSD, ain't you?
Yeah. Lucid dream.
Wait,
okay.
which matchup are you on?
Let's go. We're going Sixers, Raptors. With your boy Thibault not vaccinated, can't play their best perimeter defender. Who do you have? What you got? Joey, you first.
Philly in 6.
Yeah, I'm Ditto and Joey.
This is very dangerous series. And if they lose,
I'm going Philly, and I'm going Philly in 7.
Well, we never lost.
Oh, Philly in 7. I think it's gonna go 7. I think Toronto, the two games that they recently played that Toronto beat them. Toronto didn't start Van Vliet or OG.
okay,
Man, it's gonna be a tough. May get beat, man. It's gonna be a tough one. They get beat.
All Embiid needs to do is put on the tape of the last time he was there. That's all he needs to do.
Oh man, is Embiid who? Have you ever seen a guy who wants to win MVP and says, "Hey, I should be MVP"? It's what guys do.
I could see LeBron saying it. LeBron loves some self-promotion.
Yes, he does.
Seeing guys just say, "Hey, I should be the MVP."
Yeah.
It was a little odd. I think he just figures, look, I played a full season, I deserve it. But yeah,
what's his name? Like Draymond's always trying to get himself Defensive Player of the Year. These guys,
yes, he is.
Right, yeah, of course. He is. Article today when the guy was like, Draymond is clearly the best defender in the league. I'm like, what? But he hasn't played enough games this year. Oh, okay. Anyway,
I think people only say that because Gobert I think is more elite at what he does, but he can't defend as many positions. But I did see a YouTube video showing him as when they switch off, he's actually pretty good on the switch offs, more than like people try to kill him for.
Yeah, it's just when my man's killed him last year in the playoffs.
That's the main.
Clippers killed him last year. The Clippers exposed him last year.
Well, the problem, the real thing that exposed him was usually when you are playing that kind of game, they should have been giving the ball to him in the post to punish the Clippers.
Absolutely.
They stayed to that same game they were playing. So that's the lack of adjustment on Utah's part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if you're saying, well, we're gonna force him in uncomfortable situations, well, let's force you guys and we'll see who can make changes.
Okay, even when I coached this in middle school, like, okay, they smaller than us. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna pound them in the post.
We're gonna make them pay. Then if you want to go small,
absolutely.
And then playing inside out, not outside in, right? When that happens. All right. Okay. All right. So now let's go. Let's talk about that. Probably another huge matchup, right?
Oh boy.
Not Sixers. I'm sorry, Nets and Celtics, right? I mean, the Celtics. If everybody says that they would had Robert Williams right now, the Time Lord. It would be a wrap. They would just be like Sixers. I'm sorry, Celtics right off the bat. But now they kind of saying it's even out a little bit. So, Chris, who you got here? Nets.
I'll go Nets in 6.
Ooh. Joey scared.
I am. I'm very concerned with this. I'm going to go Brooklyn in 7.
Ooh, Nets in 7. Celtics in 7.
Yeah.
I tell you what, and if you tell, I guarantee this too, in that series, Tatum will have maybe a 50-point game.
Oh, there may be a few 50s.
I tell you what, the Nets cannot stop that guy.
Coming from both locker rooms, there may be a few 50s.
I put it this way: if I've always say the Celtics got better guys to throw at the Nets, and the Nets got to throw at the Celtics. That's clear, right? You can't stop Kyrie, but you give me some Marcus Smart on Kyrie all night long. Kyrie ain't gonna be as comfortable as he wants to be.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Now Durant, he don't matter. He just gotta hope that guy's off or not passing the ball more, right? So
I would agree that Nets superstars have to play better than the Celtic superstars in order for them to win.
I mean, for me, I'm telling you, if I'm playing that series, I'm not double teaming Kyrie. I'm just going Marcus Smart on him, making work hard, deny the ball. But I'm damn sure getting the ball out of Kevin Durant's hand as much as possible.
Well, let me ask you this. How many points do each game would you say you need this many points out of Irving and Durant for
They
you?
gotta get if Irving and Durant, they probably gotta score between 65 to 75 points every game.
So like if they got 60, you're thinking if I said this next game they're getting 60 points combined, you're thinking loss?
I'm thinking they got a chance to win. But if they both go for like 25 and 25 and the others ain't doing nothing. Because even if it's the Cavs, when Durant was out and Kyrie was in or vice versa, and the other guys were shooting, it won't work. And the Cavs came back when that happened. Right? When Kyrie was hot, carrying the team. It's gonna be a good series, man. Because you got a Popovich disciple over there and the coach for the Celtics. He's not going to sit back and let no adjustments be made. Obviously, the man can make adjustments. Look at how the season started and look how it ended.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Celtics were pretty much the best team in the league the last month of the season. I mean, you want to look at the statistics and efficiency and all that stuff and all the stats, which Chris loves to look at, and I do too. But I'm telling you, that's going to be a good series. All right, so. I'm talking about this 1-8 series. You got Miami against somebody, right? It's either going to be the Hawks or it's going to be the Cavs.
I'll go give me Miami and give me Miami in 5.
I'll take a sweep.
Oh, that's the second one.
Sweep it.
Sweep it up.
Since I'm thinking that Miami is playing the Hawks, I'm gonna go Miami. I'm gonna go to Heat in 6. I think the Hawks are going to give them a battle. I don't think it's I think Ice Trey gonna do his thing. And that Miami coach they keep talking about, we're gonna see what it's about. Jimmy Butler.
What was her name in Little Giants, Joey?
Icebox.
Icebox. That's right. The whole Icebox.
All right, here we go. Western Conference. All right, starting with Joey. Let's start with the 4-5 matchup. We got the Luka-less Mavericks versus the Utah Jazz. Let me tell you something. I actually saw Luka the Don play.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I was there in attendance.
Coming to you live.
Nice, man. That dude nice. My daughter was thoroughly impressed with it. She kept on asking, Dad, why doesn't he just pull up for the threes? I said, because that's not always good basketball to shoot threes the whole game. And I was upset. The one thing that I did not see him do that I was disappointed in was the patented step back 3 on the left side of the court. I want to see that shot so bad. That's his shot. That step back 3 left side.
Yeah.
Clippers know about it.
But he hit a couple of step backs and played good. Just I guess that strained calf, man. Man, that's an injury that can you can play on it after he heals a little bit, but he's not gonna be right this whole playoff.
Well, they said
that will lose in the first round.
All right, you got the Jazz in what?
Jazz in 6.
Jazz in 6. All right, Jazz in 6. So you just discounting Spencer Dinwiddie. You're discounting Jalen Brunson.
Because Spider, this is going to be. It's getting close to him being moved. He's going to show some team who is itching for a superstar.
You know who team you hope it is. I saw something today. I saw some reports that the Knicks have the Spider directly in their line of sight.
If there are right pieces, I'm all for it.
Yeah, he needs to. Even though he's on my fantasy team, he needs to stop shooting so many threes. But anyway,
He does jack.
Yeah, I know. He's especially the pull-ups. But anyway, who you got, Chris? Who you got?
So they're saying most of the time on average this season that calf strain, usually guys that are out around 14 days. So that puts it at 2 weeks, which would be what? That would be around
game 3 or 4.
So the game 24th, so it happened on the 10th, right? That's when it was a Sunday, that when you went?
Yeah.
So that would put it at the 24th would be 2 weeks where he's kind of, so game 5 is on the 25th. So at that point, you already got 4 games in. Can they split just before he even gets back?
Yeah.
2 and 2, which then now is a 3-game series, right?
Still going Jazz. Just go ahead and call it.
Y'all go Jazz in 7.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right.
Jazz in 7. Give me Mavs in 7. Okay, I got to be different. Last year it was me. This year could be y'all. We'll see. All right, let's go to that. Go to that 3-6 matchup. The Warriors versus the Jokers. The Jokers. You got possibly the MVP of the league again, playing shorthanded on his team.
Yes.
What you guys got? You got the.
So I'm looking. They don't know yet. They're very optimistic about him playing.
He can play. Steve Kerr said he's scrimmaging, so he looks optimistic that he can play game 1.
I'm
taking
gentleman's sweep. Give me Golden State in 5.
Gentleman's sweep. Get the hell out of here.
I'll take Golden State in 6.
Warriors in 5. You take Warriors in 6. Yeah, I'm taking the Warriors too here, man. I'm gonna take the Warriors in 6 as well. Watch.
Sure you don't go 5?
Joker might have 50 points a game.
He may
sweep here.
He may do that.
Here we go. So we got the Timberwolves versus the up-and-comers, the number 2 seed in the West, the Grizzlies.
And Morant, and what's the thing is he's good to go, right?
Yeah, he's fine. It's nothing wrong with him. They are probably their healthiest they ever been right now. They got all the horses in the stable.
Yes, they do.
Morant, Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., Steven Adams, Melton, Slow-Mo,
Brandon Clark on
Dylan Brooks, who's their defensive stopper.
Mike
Bibby.
Tony Allen, Zach Richardson,
Marc Gasol,
Big Country.
Oh, this dude right here, man. Sharif,
what you doing here, Big Country? Get out of here. Get out of here.
All the old names from the Vancouver Grizzlies. Damon Stoudemire.
Old Stoudemire. Old Mighty Mouse, what are you doing here?
Mouse Swift.
Mouse Swift.
Oh, he played Damon played for the Raptors.
What, you got traded here?
Yeah.
They traded him there.
Yeah, that's right.
They're like, we're pulling him out of retirement. I'll take Memphis in 6.
Ditto.
He's waiting to say ditto. What's his ghost? Ditto. Grizzlies in 6. Yeah. So you're saying that the Grizzlies will close out the Timberwolves in their own court?
Ditto.
I'm gonna go Grizzlies in 5 with at least 2 Patrick Beverly ejections.
I was just gonna ask you that.
Because
jumping on the score table like he just won the NBA.
He got fined 30 grand, but he has clearly put himself on the NBA radar for the playoffs.
Yes.
And he will not have those shenanigans. You best believe.
I don't mind him being emotional, but you don't jump on the score. You don't jump on the press row table unless you have hit a shot to end a series or you won an NBA championship. Stop it, Patrick. Very emotional win. Very emotional win. The Clippers did not want him. Well, you did not hit a game-winning shot. You did not win a series. You did not win an NBA championship.
And he said that the team that let him go didn't want him. They traded him. Man, look, they traded him. They got Norman Powell. So
they are better.
You see the picture of him?
Crying. Dude, right here.
I don't know if he was drooling or.
I show Bob and whatnot, man. This dude.
Which Syracuse player got drafted by Vancouver and played 3 years there?
Syracuse player?
Lawrence Moten.
Oh, Lawrence Moten.
High Sox Lawrence Moten.
Oh, he's not coming through that door.
Nope, not Lawrence Moten.
Lawrence Moten.
No, sir. Not those high socks.
He's like pulling
Lawrence.
I'm ready. Put me in, coach.
Oh, yes.
Lawrence Moten is the Syracuse Orange all-time leading scorer, if I'm mistaken.
Is he really? Wow.
He bypassed Dave Bing. Yeah, I'll look it up. I think so.
Okay. Goodness.
I think he did. I think he's the all-time leading scorer for Syracuse, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So we have our last series. We got Joey's boys, the Suns, either playing the Clippers or the Pelicans. I think it don't really matter here, but
as long as CP3 stays out.
CP, I mean, and the Suns proved this year that without CP3, they still get dubs. Cause your boy Devin Booker, Joey, who you hating on last year, stepped it up. All right, so who you guys got? Suns or whoever else they playing?
I'll say Suns in 5.
Suns 5.
Ditto.
Suns are going to sun them.
They will stun them.
He is the career leader for that school, says for Syracuse.
Okay. Right. Hopefully there's no Kardashian first.
Second is Dave Bing, right, Chris?
I think so, yeah.
Dave Bing. I seen Dave interview Dave Bing. I was watching one of the NBA League Pass games when the Pistons were playing. Dave Bing, I think he was retired as a Piston and made the Hall of Fame. Yeah, it's all good. All right, so I have the Suns in 5 too. I believe they may lose one. They're probably going to sweep, but you know. All right, so let's look at the results we got here. All right, just so you know, always remember the fire is burning. It's burning. Get your hands up. Warm your hands up. Let me get my hands warmed up on that fire, right?
Hot.
We'll see who's hot this time.
Yeah, so here we go. I think, am I sharing that? Am I sharing the right one? Let me see.
Yeah, that's the right one.
Oh, see, sometimes I don't even know. And did I even start? I did start our live stream. I'm like, did I even start this crap? Okay. I'm like, I didn't have it up on my screen. Oh man, Cleveland, this is for you. This dude Joey. All right, so we got the East. We all got the Bucks. We all got the Sixers. We only have one dissenter in the East. That's me picking the Celtics.
You're the only one with me and Joey are the same. We just are different on games.
Yeah. I mean, y'all the same on both sets. Chris,
same everywhere.
And I'm the only one who's different. I got the Celtics and I got the Mavs. So wow, this is weird. So we'll see. You know, we shall see. And you know, let me we going. Stop sharing. So those are our first round picks, and of course tomorrow night, Joey has the Cavs and the Clips, and me and Chris have the Hawks and the Clippers. And at the end of the show, we talk about some betting stuff. We're gonna talk about some parlays about those games. I mean, I'm telling you, Capella, Young, double,
Book it.
Put them in your books right now. All right, Chris, I'm gonna pass the baton to you so you can go ahead and do your thing with it.
Yeah, so now we're gonna get now we got what? We got the
who has the most pressure on them in the playoffs this year?
That's right. Yeah. So the next question up, first round, which player do you guys think's got the most pressure on them in this year's playoffs for the NBA? So Joey, we'll start with you. Who you think?
Chris and JB, there's a combination of who has the most pressure on them. It's the combination of KD and Kyrie together. They have the most pressure on them. This may be the most lethal tandem of players in NBA history as far as being at the top of their game and just giving overall buckets. Yes, this may possibly be. They planned this. They worked together to bring this thing to Brooklyn. When you see those two names, you expect nothing less than a championship. Something needs, of course, I don't think any of us think that their team is quite as good as it's been. However, when you are KD and Kyrie, and you're arguably the two best offensive players in the league, you're supposed to be able to get over that. Therefore, KD and Kyrie together, the tandem, they have the most pressure out of everybody in the entire league.
All right, JB, what do you got?
Not so fast, Joey. Let me tell you. Let's go down south a little bit on 95, and let's stop in the city of brotherly love. Okay. We talking about pressure? We talking about practice? Listen, there is nobody right now, and he gonna say, ain't no pressure on me. You're lying. James Harden has the whole city of Philly on his shoulders. And so does Joel Embiid. Like Joey said, the last time he went to Toronto, man. And plus, in the games against Toronto, when Harden has been in Philly, Toronto has smacked them around without two of their best players, probably their best player. Their only all-star didn't play in either game. So now you're facing that team, and you are missing your best perimeter defender for the games in Toronto because he didn't get vaccinated this year? Dude, Harden and Embiid have so much pressure on them. Like you said, how Kyrie and KD playing this whole thing. If you let Harden tell it, he wanted to go to Philly the whole time, and his boy Morey he loved James Harden. He been putting his money on James Harden for years. Man, the pressure there. I put it this way: if Brooklyn loses the first round, New York's still gonna think about the Knicks, so it don't matter. But if the Sixers lose in the first round, they're gonna be calling for their heads in Philly. For their heads. Anyway.
Well, because you think about it right now, the Harden's, what we think of him in the playoffs is, remember them losing in Houston when they were up and they had a horrible game 7, right? Against, they should have won that game. They were up big, and then they end up falling apart, missing all those threes. And what's, Joey, what is Embiid's memory? What do we have of him in the playoffs? We already know it's so right now the two memories we have of those two guys are both blowing it in the playoffs. So
The Hawks. Oh, I know how. The guy the guy they traded Harden for. So, man, it's a lot of pressure on the Sixers right now, man.
So I'm gonna go out west to Joey's boy, and I'm gonna put it on Chris Paul.
First round now.
Oh, this is first round. You're saying first round. First round. I'll switch it up and say first round for me. Did we say first round?
Yeah, it was this playoffs, but yeah.
Well, no, we'll do first round because we can bring this up later on then.
Yeah.
So I'll say first round for me. I'm gonna go because there's a guy who, to me, people keep talking about, is he going to be a next great superstar? A guy who is at the MVP conversation, and that's Jason Tatum.
Ooh, my boy.
For me, the pressure worldwide isn't as big because they're coming in probably not even the favorite, right?
Favorite. They still, you look at the lines, everybody got them favorite.
So then to me, because you're all right, so you're now the higher seed, right? You're the favorite. If you really want, these are the kind of series that if you want to become a true superstar, that you got to win.
You got to step up.
Tatum has not really shown that ability yet, but he's still super young. But these are the kind of series that makes you a superstar. Yep. I could say the same for Luka, but with him being hurt, right? To me, he would have been my pick because these are the things that make you that level of superstar. When you win these games.
LeBron played against Detroit when LeBron had like 24 straight points. Remember the year that the third or fourth year in the league when the Spurs swept them, but they beat Detroit because LeBron had that one game where he had like 25 straight.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he did.
That's what you know. Like, yeah, okay. He's gonna be the truth.
You're made, you can be a great regular season, but what's always going to be, if you're in the playoffs and you don't beat and win games that you should, that was always a knock on, say, Giannis, right? Giannis was the same way until he wins one. Durant, until he won, and he still was doing it.
Yeah.
But until you win. So these are the kind of games that if you're favored against these are going to be the games everyone's watching. Right? You got to show up and show out that you're that guy and you're that true superstar. So for me, Tatum is a guy who, and Brown, those two, we talk about tandems here. Those two, if they want to kind of step to that next level of basketball superstardom, then these are the kind of games you got to win, especially against two massive names in Durant and Kyrie.
I'm telling you, and if you look at, you got Kyrie and Durant, and then you got the Celtics stars, and then you got everybody else. Everybody would take the Celtics other guys right now as compared to, even with Robert Williams out, you still would take them because you got Al Horford, you got Daniel, you got Daniel Tice. You still got Marcus Smart, probably one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. You got
Grant Williams.
You got the kid from San Antonio, White, who is a good player as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be a good series. What that first game is on? Then game one is. I tell you what, that's the one Sunday game that I'm not going to miss. That 3:30. I remember back in the day when I was, being, as a youngster, I used to play ball on Sundays, but it had to be at home in certain times for certain games, right? The time is just right. You go play ball. I got to be home by 3:30 to watch this one. I got to see this. Can't miss this. You know what I'm saying?
A whole lot of superstars
on this stage tonight.
Oh, we're gonna see
that 3:30 on ABC. Oh Lord, it's gonna be. Saturday. It's the Toronto. I'm gonna be gone. Toronto and Philly. I might even record it, but Sunday is definitely that Boston Brooklyn game. Man, that's the one. That's must see TV.
Really, this year I don't know if there's any.
And that's crazy. They don't play again until Wednesday. They play Sunday, then play again on Wednesday. Game 2 is on Wednesday night.
It's all about TV for them. All about TV ratings.
NBA money, NBA TV contracts.
You ain't lying. They spreading these like, yeah, that's crazy. Back in the day, they played they played one game on Saturday, one game on Sunday. Right? Remember the Knicks and the Bulls? That year, the Knicks had the Bulls down. I believe what it was, 3-1 or 3-something, and then
2-0.
whatever that was. When then they
2-0.
Then they beat them in New York, right? Right. It was 3-2, I think. Yeah, it was 3-2. It was 3-2 because they won 2 at home. The Bulls went back and won 2. The Knicks destroyed the Bulls in Game 5. And the next game, at Game 6, I don't know how they did it, but whatever that game was in New York, and Scottie Pippen blocked Charles Smith layup. Remember that game?
No, it went 6. It went 6 games.
So the 6th game had to be in Chicago. So that was Game 5. That was Game 5.
Game 5 happened. Charles Smith could not. He's 6'10" and he couldn't dunk the basketball.
Pippen, man, one of the best defenders of all time.
Joey don't want to hear it. Joey does not want to hear it.
On the worst moments.
That was man.
You look like Joel Embiid that day.
I remember watching that game, man. Like, oh my God.
6'10".
You gotta think about that year that when Jordan left the league and Hubert Davis took that 3 and they called that phantom foul on Scottie Pippen.
Phantom foul. That was a foul.
Oh, come on. Here we go.
That was a foul, JB.
It was not a foul, Joey.
That was a clear foul.
This is a double right here because he's a ref and he's a Knicks fan. Come on now.
It was not a foul.
And all NBA defender and Scottie Pippen should know you don't leave a jump shooter open. That's a foul.
First of all, you watch that highlight. That's not a foul because the ball left his hand and Scottie Pippen slapped his hand after the ball left his hand. In any other game, they don't call that. For some reason, that ref did not like Scottie Pippen. I forgot this guy's name.
Was it Hugh Hollins? Did he make that?
That dude was hated Scottie Pippen.
Did Hugh Hollins make that call?
I don't know. That guy hated Scottie Pippen, man. Scottie Pippen had run-ins with that guy that whole year. But that was just, like you said, But anyway, pressure, man. They said pressure, either you turn to coal or you turn into a diamond. It's who's going to be the diamonds this year, man.
Gonna be.
I'm disappointed. My biggest disappointment right now is that you can't see Luka, man. I'm telling you, that dude, that dude, man, he different, man. That dude, that dude can ball, man. I see him playing in person. He a ball.
Yeah, he's definitely
NBA has changed so much though, man. Like nobody wants to get easy buckets. Everybody wants to shoot threes. It's amazing. Like layups and stuff at the rim are like I seen the center from San Antonio was catching the ball the whole game in the paint and was not looking at the basket. Like you know what I'm saying? He catches the ball in the paint.
What's that? That's the semi-pro that we were talking about.
When he catches the ball, he's immediately looking out to pass the ball to a wing player for a jump shot or something. I'm like, man, basketball is just different, man. Anyway.
There's very few kind of to the back scores anymore. You know what I mean? Back to the basket scores. There's not a lot of those guys anymore.
I tell you, man, the guys if you a big man right now, man, I'm telling you, everything comes back. You better start mastering that. Because it's gonna come back. You
see Baycott for UNC, he's coming back because but he's a guy who would have dominated in the 90s, and now they're like, there's no spot for him.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Probably we're like, look, you're a mid to late second round pick coming out
overseas, so you better stay in Carolina and try to. The dude who won, the guy who was the player of the year in college basketball, the kid from Kentucky. I put it. I text you guys. He was a second round pick. Basically,
that was remember the guy last year, Luka Garza. Yeah. Where's he at now?
Detroit.
He's in the NBA.
Detroit.
But what does he even do?
Yeah.
He's playing the Tyler Hansbrough role. Remember that guy, your boy?
Oh yeah. Psycho
Psycho
T.
T.
He averaged
no.
five, basically 6'3" in a half.
Who, Luca?
Luka Garza, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but this guy I guess he led the nation in rebounding and all that stuff. But yeah.
If you watch him, he is not athletic at all. When you watch Garza play.
Garza, yeah. The guy from Kentucky, he's pretty athletic, but I mean, they draft guys. The NBA is I don't know. They draft more on what a dude can be than what is a dude doing. Like the NFL drafting what you're doing. You can't in NFL, you ain't getting drafted on unless you're a QB. But most players, you ain't getting drafted that high on. Oh yeah, yeah.
You're not getting first round if you don't have a high ceiling. They would rather swing for the fences on guys and miss, and then rather than like a Luka Garza where you pretty much know what he's gonna be. Those guys, you where in the NFL, you would maybe want like a ready tackle, or you know what I mean, like a ready guard or something.
Right.
Where in the NBA, you got a guy like Okora that we talked about before from Cleveland, who has really no scoring ability at all, but they're thinking he's a freaky athlete and a great defender. We can at least put him out there and defend, and make it.
He gotta start making some jump shots. You want to be a 3-and-D guy.
He's just a D guy.
That's it right now.
Yeah. So at least the Kentucky guy he's opposite of Garza, where he doesn't really have a lot of interior moves. Garza's like hitting you with all kinds of post moves.
Yeah, Garza got that Kevin McHale in him.
Yeah, where like he's just in the wrong decade, baby.
Yeah, he's like I think it's like 3 or 4 guys that they projected for the first round from his team.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. NBA it's just wild. I mean, they hit some guys hit, but some guys just flame out. I mean, first round picks last in the first round, not many.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to. I've seen some stuff, and we can probably do that one day where you like redraft the draft kind of.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty sweet to do that. Look back, like say 2010. Let's redraft.
Right.
And do it, and then see where you actually because there's guys who it's not a science at all.
The guy, like, who was that guy?
Oh yeah.
Like, you don't know half. You got, what happened to this guy?
Who?
Yeah, I mean, like, it'd be like who get drafted. Even the guys who get drafted. I'm at the San Antonio Mavericks game. I'm looking at the San Antonio Raps. I'm like, who is this guy? Who is Primo? He was starting, but he was the Spurs 12th pick from Alabama. I'm like, what?
Yeah, right.
Oh, I remember that dude. I remember the name.
Like, did he even play college? I mean, what? Anyway, I mean, yeah. Like all those guys and all these guys, they come out like, yeah, I'm gonna go test the NBA waters, you know.
All right, so let's switch gears to baseball. We got Clayton Kershaw had a no-hitter going into the 8th and got pulled, so he didn't pitch the 8th or the 9th. Should the coach have left him in until at least they got a hit off of him? Joey or JB, who wants to take this first?
I'll take this. I'll let Joey. Joey needs to probably think about it because he didn't even play the guy in the fantasy baseball league.
Man, Joey.
And speaking on it, just so y'all, like I said before, JB the Champ is participating in his first fantasy baseball league. I think we're doing our first fantasy hockey league next year, right, Joe?
We're gonna try that. Yeah.
Fantasy hockey, that's gonna be a hot mess. Like we had like fantasy hockey, basketball, and football all at the same time. We'll be like
one of us, make sure one of us changes.
He's gonna be like, what?
Fantasy leagues everywhere.
I know, right? But I say this. I would say I think it was his first start. Was he coming back from injury? Was he back from injury or something like that?
Yeah. I don't know if he had anything big, but they're definitely delicate with Kershaw because of his injuries. He's prone to
injuries in the past, right?
Yeah.
So look, I say it this way. You know, you want to chase history sometimes. But in this case, like you guys keep telling me, it's a long season. And if the guy's on the pitch count and it's his first game out, you got to pull him if you on a pitch count. All right, I'm gonna pull him if that's that's my main horse. I need him at the end of the year. I'm not taking no chances. The dude, he got plenty of money. Is he chasing? I don't think the coach is chasing records. If Clayton Kershaw said to me, "Hey, coach, I want to chase this record. I want to no hit. I want to try for it." Then I may be like, I think about it, but then I still say no. Like, nah, you good.
He had 80 pitches up to that point.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what's his pitch count right now. You don't know.
That's what. So I don't know what he was actually. I mean, I know they've said Coles is probably 80 or 90 in the first one. So then, really, do you want to? Yeah. I guess at that point, if he's closing in on it, do you want to even have to get him ready for another inning and do all that?
Bring up Cole, man. Why bring that dude?
Well, I know, kind of just saying, like, these elite guys, even early on in the season, they don't, these guys aren't ready to, especially with the shortened spring training.
Yeah.
That's another thing you got to think of. So
I have to keep listening to you guys when y'all say JB is a long season. I heard Joey say one time to me, JB, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I'm gonna jump through this damn screen. It's a marathon, not a sprint, JB. That's what Joey were saying. But anyway, yeah. I'm pulling them.
You pulling them or letting them go out?
Chris and JB, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And that's the reason why it was the right move to pull Clayton Kershaw from that game. Come
through this damn screen real quick.
The Dodgers have bigger fish to fry. Their lineup is loaded. However, I think that their pitching is a little suspect. This pitching staff is not as talented as they were last year. This pitching staff was extremely talented last year and could not make it out of the NLCS. This pitching staff last year you could argue it may have been one of the greatest pitching staffs put together on paper, especially after they made the trade.
They had no Fernando Valenzuela coming the door.
He ain't coming through. And that's the reason why they should have pulled him, because I have a feeling that they're going to really need Kershaw a little bit more this year, because of course Buehler was awful in the NLCS last year.
Buehler.
Reyes was awful in the NLCS last year. These are two of their young gun pitchers. Scherzer's gone, and I don't think what's the name is probably going to come back.
Dustin May, I don't think is back yet.
Dustin May is not back
yet. Guy.
And old crazy dude isn't coming back anytime soon either. Kershaw is
Bauer.
Bauer is not coming back anytime soon. Kershaw is going to be leaned on a little bit more this year. As great as that lineup is, they still need pitching, and they're going to need meaningful innings out of him come playoff time. That's the reason why. I mean, Kershaw's been there, done that. He may not have a perfect game, but most people don't. He is arguably the greatest pitcher of this generation.
My bad.
They're going to need him in October rather than April. Got to go.
I mean, to me, if he's throwing a perfect game, that's incredible. I mean, there's very few of those. I would leave him in and let him throw and see at least for another inning and see how he feels. I mean, at this point, they're smoking him, so it's not even like it's, you're just getting letting him warm up a little bit more. It's early in the season, so I could see the argument against it and pulling him, because he has been a delicate type of guy where he's had some issues more some back issues, things like that. So you probably have a conversation with him. How does he feel? But he's one of those guys who's a supreme competitor, always wants the ball, which, I mean, the elite pitchers always do. So I don't know if necessarily going up to him and say, hey, Kershaw, you ready to come out? If he's going to say, yeah, take me out, coach. I think he's going to want to stay in. So you probably have a conversation with the pitching coach. And I mean, the biggest thing is if your pitch count is at 82 or 80 and he's at 80, you at least know he's going to have to pitch another 15 pitches, right? I would imagine something in that range. So that's pushing it. But if he's at like 90 to 100 pitch count, I'm probably letting him go out and see how he throws. And then, does he ever even make it to 9 innings is the biggest thing, because if he's already getting pulled at the 7th, maybe they already say, well, look, there's no way you're making it to the 9th inning, right? So it doesn't matter anyway. We're never going to let you go 2 more innings. So we might as well pull you now, because you're probably you're going to be way over your pitch count if the pitch count is, in the 80, 90 range. He's never going to make it that way anyway. So why not go ahead and pitch him and see if these other guys can, just get a team no-hitter or team perfect game as it is. So to me, I'm going to let him stay just because a perfect game is such a rare thing in baseball. But I could see the argument against it because he's a guy who has had injury issues in his career. And because if you miss it, all it takes is one pitch for a guy like that, and he could be out for weeks or a month. So, but as a baseball fan, I got to say, just leave him in, let him go, and, hope he doesn't get hurt, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what we got up next. We got, we're switching again to football. We want to throw a little bit of football in here. So all this big money's going around. So Debo Samuel wants to get him some. Debo Samuel is looking for a contract extension in the range of $25 million a year, which would put him in the top 3-4 level of wide receivers. If you're the owner of the San Francisco 49ers, are you giving him that extension, Joey, for $25 million a year?
Chris and JB, the 49ers are in a pickle right now.
Little pickle.
Debo sees what is happening. Wideouts are getting paid. However, we don't know what the quarterback situation in San Francisco is going to be for this coming up season yet. Garoppolo is still on the roster. I thought they were supposed to have traded Jimmy G by now. Apparently not. So if the plan is to trade Jimmy G and you got a young buck coming up that's going to take every single snap, then you would figure if we're going to give this young buck as much help as we possibly can, we may want to keep maybe the best offensive player on the team, to someone that's going to help him, help him get his stuff together, being the overall starter, being the one that's taking every single snap in a pretty tough division. You figure that. So if that's going to be the case, if they do plan on having Trey Lance be the starter taking every single snap, then I'm thinking that Debo has the upper hand in this, and they're going to have to give Debo whatever he wants. But if they're satisfied with Trey, they think Trey is going to be able to move on without having someone like him. They do have an all-pro type tight end. They do have Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is just like his dad. He's going to find a way to get that offense going. Then it's time to trade Debo and get as many picks as you possibly can and reload in this coming up draft. Now, I would think that if they were going to trade him, they would have already traded him. They know what is in this actual draft. So they're going to trade and use those draft picks for this year. I'm thinking that the leverage, once again, is with Debo. I think the 49ers are going to give him whatever he wants.
JB, you agree?
I'm not paying Debo no $25 million a year. No. First of all, isn't Kyle Shanahan's offense is predicated on running the ball. Yes, Debo can run the ball, but they have an all-pro tight end who can't stay healthy. But when he is healthy, he's probably one of the top 3 tight ends in the league. And they do have a young receiver out there on the edge that can be effective if he is past the ball. Right?
Who's throwing the ball, JB? Who's throwing the ball?
Okay, first of all, if this is the thing, if I got Trey Lance back there, right? Trey Lance is his name, right? Then it's gonna kind of nullify kind of Debo a little bit because Trey Lance is gonna run the ball. He's gonna run the ball some. So you don't really not gonna need those many runs from Debo when you know your quarterback is going to, because nowadays in the NFL, that's one thing that's changed. They're not scared to run the quarterback as much because quarterbacks are coming in more athletic, right? They're coming in able to scramble. I mean, look at Zach Wilson. I mean, didn't Zach Wilson have a run, like a big run this year, like one game?
Yeah.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence. You got these guys who coming in, they're not scared to run these dudes as they were back in the day. One of the things is because quarterbacks are protected so much now, you can't really hit them the way you want to. They do run the ball, unless it's some guys just don't know how to slide right, so they pay the price. But they pay the price
if they do.
Oh goodness gracious! But no, I'm not paying Debo 25 million a year extension at this point right now. Okay, Debo, first of all, another reason why I'm not paying Debo that this year was pretty much one of the first years where he was at his healthiest, and he still didn't play all 17 games. Right? Debo Samuels is known as the most physical wide receiver in the NFL. With physicality comes it's a negative. You are prone to get hurt, just like George Kittle. These guys play physical. They run through tackles. They want to be physical. So guess what happens? You get hurt. You're probably going to get hurt more. So right now, even though Debo is probably one of the top 5 weapons in the league, at this point, unless he can do it again this year, he's not earning that money. That's just how he had to do. If I'm the 49ers, look, I need one more year of you staying healthy and you showing us you can do it as a wide receiver on, not in the backfield. Because they keep putting him in the backfield, he's going to get hurt. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm with JB here. There you go, JB. I'll take that. Sorry, Joey. Yeah, for multiple reasons. 2 of the reasons you guys hit on, that being one, the physicality he plays with, right? Then you got Shanahan being a offensive genius, is what everyone says. The guru. Is he able to say, is this a gadget guy that I can find in the draft, another player similar with and
he doesn't.
Yeah, is this guy a dime a dozen, or is he truly an elite guy? He does play physical, but is there a guy that I can come into the draft? And the thing is with the draft, we have seen way more now than we've had even years ago, where guys are coming in right away and dominating football. We saw Jamar Chase. We see guys Waddle,
Jefferson, Chase, Waddle.
And the thing is, those guys, and we had gone through this in our production meeting, what those guys are getting paid, right? So you're talking Waddle, look how well he played last year. You're going to get him for a couple years. If you draft a Waddle type of player, you're going to get him for, let me see, $6 million a year for 3 or 4 years, right? The production at 25 is not going to be anywhere close per dollar value that Waddle is getting you at 6 to 7 million. So and as good of a coach as he is, we know Shanahan schemes up a lot of his stuff. Another thing is that with a gadget type of player, They love doing crossing patterns and a lot of that stuff with Garoppolo. With Lance, we don't know if that's going to be the case because this is a guy who could stretch the field way more.
The 49ers run that one route more than anybody. The end slant is their bread and butter. Yet nobody will stop it. I don't get it, but who knows?
Which is probably because these guys are so physical. Kittle is physical. So both of those guys, it plays into them. But with Lance, Garoppolo wasn't a guy who was just going to kill you down the field, right? But Lance is going to be that guy, and Lance is going to move. So the field is going to be more spread. So it's just multiple reasons tell me if you're going to get a guy at 25 million and plus, he better be, you're looking at the guys that are up there are Hill, Adams, Hopkins, Diggs. I don't put Debo in that same category. To me, he's a good player. Maybe if he stays healthy for a complete season.
He's a monster.
But I don't put him, I think he's good.
Yeah.
But I think he's definitely a good player. But is he better than Godwin for a full year? We've seen Godwin put out, to make
Godwin the same thing. What is his contract he got? He got a good contract, but that dude the same way, he always getting hurt.
Yeah, he's going to get 20 million a year. So you're paying extra 5 million more a year.
Give me Godwin, right? Because I'll take Godwin.
Mike Evans is making 16.5. Robert Woods is 16.2.
Mike Evans has had 9 years straight of 8 or 9 years straight of 1,000 yards receiving. I mean, on production, Hall of Fame production. There's no way Mike Evans is not making a Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, right? And he's worth. Now, obviously, it's going to be cheaper, but at the same time, I mean, when Mike Evans comes up, it's definitely going to be more. But at the same time,
he go 7 for 200. Then next game he go 1 for 3.
Yeah.
In a tutty though, 1 for 3 in a tutty.
So I would say, to me, I think that you can. The thing is like Joey's saying is, the Debo has it. I think the power is in 49ers because. Now with the draft, especially this year's class, everyone's talking about how deep this wide receiver class is. Maybe not the Jamar Chase level guy or the one frontline guy, but you got guys in there that, what's the dude from Alabama last year? Even if you sat him for 1 year until he got fully healthy. Both of those two guys, Mechie or Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, you got talent.
No, he coming out though. He coming back to Alabama.
Right? Mechie's not, I don't think. Williams is, right?
Williams definitely is. You got a kid from Arkansas, Burks.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much talent out there that I don't know if you're going to demand 25 million, you better be truly, truly elite guys that you can't find elsewhere.
This is also you're thinking about your young quarterback. You're helping him with his confidence with this 25 million. But
see, the thing is though, the only reason they really had Debo in the backfield so much because their guys can't stay. Put it this way, if Mostert doesn't get hurt, because Mostert is a big play guy. If he doesn't get hurt at the beginning of the season, and you still got Wilson and Elijah Moore and the other kid they drafted who didn't do crap, the kid from Ohio State, Debo not getting that many touches in the backfield. Because remember Mostert, because he was on your team for fantasy a couple years ago when the first 2 games, 2 big plays, but then he got hurt. He got hurt this year, week 1. So I'm telling you, that's no way. If you are Shanahan and you value Debo, you're not going to put him in the backfield, especially if I'm paying Debo $25 million a year. Then he's not getting them backfield touches no more. No, sir.
An investment in Debo is an investment in Trey Lance.
But you still
they traded their house for Trey Lance.
All right, so
the house for him.
I'm telling you this right now, though. And Shanahan is quirky with his wide receivers, right? I'm telling you, Ayuk is a good receiver out there on the outside. And you got Kittle, and you got them other guys they bring in. It's how the Shanahan offense is. Really, if Shanahan wanted to have his way, Debo and Ayuk could have 800 yards receiving, and Kittle would have 1,000+ yards receiving. That's how it will be every year. And I'm not paying the guys who give me 800 yards receiving and a couple carries, $25 million. I'm sorry.
Well, Debo did have almost 1,900 total yards. And
he threw a couple.
And yeah, okay. He had a big year, but
they
like
traded the house.
How many other guys you see in the league catch lightning in the bottle? How long you think that's gonna last? How long you think that whole Debo running the ball crap gonna last?
I understand that. However, they cannot miss on Trey Lance. If they miss on Trey Lance, it's going to set you. You miss on a quarterback. You trade the house for a quarterback, and you miss. It's going to set you back.
Well, guess
this
what?
Is going to make Trey Lance comfortable.
Guess what? They getting set back. They getting set back. Unless because the only thing with Shanahan, even though they got Trey Lance, it's going to be feast or famine because Shanahan is going to run the ball. He's going to run the ball. Shanahan, everything predicates on how he runs the ball. So we'll see. Because if
maybe they draft a wideout in order to ease the loss of if they lose him, it says no big deal.
They might. I tell you what though. Man, that division isn't as tough as it was since Russell Wilson left the division. Right? So the Rams coming back reloaded. The Cardinals, who knows what they're going to do because
they'll be good for about 8 games.
Yeah, they seem to be in flux, and so the 49ers, Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks. 49ers. They, like you said, is Trey Lance going to be the starter this year? I don't know. I don't know. I still, you know what? You can't if you pay Debo all that money, you're gonna lose a lot of players going forward as well. A lot of your good other players are on that team. Because like you said, NFL, once people start getting good, that's when your team starts getting bad because they gotta leave because you can't pay them.
Mm-hmm.
Got to draft younger guys that can do the same job but get paid less.
Well, yeah, because we're seeing them.
They don't have many draft picks. They got rid of them.
The NFL ain't shit. That's basically what it is.
It's a massive difference, and we were looking at it earlier between a production that you can get on a rookie contract if you hit on a wide receiver, in the first or second round, compared to a guy that you get, especially the second round. If you can hit on a wide receiver in the second round, you're getting ridiculous value on their rookie contract because Metcalf, Brown. Who else was in that? T. Higgins,
yeah. All those guys.
Who else, Joey?
Debo.
Debo's been in the league 3 years now, I believe.
These guys, if you can hit on these guys in the second round, you're getting
his 4th year. That'd be T. Higgins. This would be T. Higgins' second.
Oh,
3rd year next year. I think Debo would be his 4th.
This is Debo's 4th, and this is DK's 4th, right?
No, it'd be DK's 3rd.
Justin Jefferson's another one. What's the dude from the Washington?
Thorin, you talked about earlier. Terry, Terry. The other Scary Terry from the Commandos.
Yeah, so you're getting, if you hit on those guys, that leaves you in such a good position. And that's why the Bengals, if you look at those 3 guys make less than Tyreek Hill together.
What's crazy is the Dolphins signed Tyreek Hill for $30 million, but they gotta. Well, how they gonna win? I read an article that said the Dolphins signed Tyreek Hill all their money to be the 3rd best team in that division.
I guess they think Tua can take that next step if you get him weapons like what Joey's saying.
Man, you can't. You know what? You can give a guy all the weapons in the world if you know how to use them. Then that's, you know what I'm saying. You give a dude. You give a boxer some ninja throwing stars and a ninja sword, and guess what's going to happen? He's going to get beat because he don't know how to use those things. Look, and listen, Tua. I know my man's Hot Rod and my boy C Double out there like, Tua gonna do the thing. If Tua was gonna do the thing, man, would the Dolphins owner be under the table trying to bring in Tom Brady? Just think about that. If I got my quarterback already, why am I trying to bring in Tom Brady under the table?
Well, was Tom Brady being brought in to play or to be in the front office?
Man, no matter what he's getting brought into.
Because I heard
it'd be like bringing Phil Jackson to the front office. You know, eventually he gonna be on the sidelines.
Oh, by the way, DK and Debo did come in the same year.
Okay.
And let me add in why I think Debo has even more leverage. He was first team All-Pro last year. That's big time.
Yeah, but when you're talking, all right, if you would you rather, and we're getting off topic here, but would you rather Metcalf on your team on the Giants, or would you rather Debo or AJ Brown? One of those three. Who are you taking?
I think AJ Brown and Debo are the same player.
No.
I think they are.
They're not.
I think they are very, very similar.
No, they're similar because
AJ Brown physical.
AJ Brown is physical, and they both have big playability. But AJ Brown is running ball in the backfield, so no, they're not the same player.
I'm taking AJ Brown.
I'm taking AJ Brown as well out of those three.
I think you can feed AJ Brown like a typical wide receiver in the more Devontae Adams type of role. Samuels is more of a gadgety guy. You can do in certain things with him, but you can't put. I don't necessarily know if you can put Debo on Jalen Ramsey and say, go dominate Jalen Ramsey, right? AJ Brown or Metcalf, you might be able to do that.
All I know is I wouldn't take DK because DK out of those three is the biggest prima donna out of those three.
Yeah, true. But if I'm paying 25 to 30 million, right? I want a guy who I think can go against Ramsey or those level of guys and try and dominate. And I think AJ Brown can do that or will be able to.
Man, these guys I don't know, man. It's just Tyreek Hill, he got paid $30 million, man. That's too much money, man.
Well, it is, but if the market keeps changing, now 25 million is your next tier down. Right? I'm thinking. How
about the quarterback market where Deshaun Watson signed his contract all with it like an NBA contract, all guaranteed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ridiculous. Like you said, though, hey, these guys got to get paid. They're in a sport that guys.
They'll use you up, boy. They'll use you up and spit you out real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it this way. If Debo can get that 25 million, Debo get your money.
As a player, I'm saying, hey, go for it.
But if I'm 25 million right now, hell no. You keep paying nobody 25. I'm not paying nobody 25 million because if I'm paying big money, I'm paying big money on defense. I'm paying big money for my cornerbacks. I'm paying big money for my edge rushers and interior rushers. I'm not paying big money for receivers when I can have guys on their rookie contract still doing work. What's Cooper Kupp getting paid this year?
He's getting like 14, 15, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And he
Van Jefferson. Who was the tight end for the Rams in the Super Bowl? You don't know his name. Just don't even say you do because you don't even know who it is. it won't hit me.
No, it wasn't.
I'll tell you what, though, you're going to remember Von Miller. You're going to remember Aaron Donald. You're going to remember Lloyd. You're going to remember Ramsey. Shucks. I'm telling you, man, you can pay all these guys. I mean, if your quarterback is decent and your receivers are decent and your O-line can hold a fort, then you got a chance, man. The trenches is more important right now than anything else, man.
True. And remember, they have a decent quarterback.
Man, if your trenches is suspect, your team suspect. Put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're gonna get your quarterback slaughtered. You can't get your guys open. You can't run the ball, or you can't stop the run, or can't rush the pass.
We didn't try to run.
You can't rush the passer. You can't stop the run. So if your trench is in disarray, you in disarray. So if you're a team trying to win And you better start paying money to your people on defense and keep them locked in for a while. You know, you better be talking about paying Bosa some money, even though I don't like the dude, or paying the other guys some money.
That is true.
I mean, San Fran at one point had all #1 draft picks along the front line. I sort of how the Commandos had. And they all both had those times they had good defense. Then they start losing these guys, and they don't have good defense. They don't have the same quality of defense, even though the Commandos had the same guys this year and still went the opposite direction. I'm telling you, man. I mean, you want to pay these guys big money, like Miami paying Tyreek Hill all that money. Why would you pay Tyreek Hill all that money when your quarterback isn't the kind of quarterback Tyreek Hill thrived under? Yeah, right? Tyreek Hill, he has some good moments with Alex. What's Alex's last name?
Smith.
Yeah, but he blew up. He blew up with Mahomes. You were scared of him with Smith, but with Mahomes, you were terrified of him.
Absolutely.
With Tua, you're not going to be terrified of Hill. You're not going to be. You're not going to worry about him go over the top, because does Tua have a Mahomes type arm?
No, there's not many of those.
No. And is the coach for the Dolphins going to be as creative as Andy Reid?
I'll see it when I believe it.
So why am I paying this guy all this money? No way.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like, okay, I can see, the Raiders, I can see them paying Adams all that money. This is why. They do have a competent quarterback. Derek Carr, even though he's not a top-tier supposed quarterback, guess what? He hasn't had a top-tier receiver since he's been in the league. Now he has Adams, and he's going to have Adams. He has Waller. He's going to have Renfro and the other guys underneath. Derek Carr, he's going to put in work next year. Watch.
But also, I would say the one thing is that with Hill, you have to scheme a little bit more in order for him to dominate, right? You're not going to be able to say, you just go out on your side and get open. Devontae Adams, you just put him out there. DeAndre Hopkins, those guys, you just put them out there, and then those guys just do work on their corners. That's it.
Exactly. No matter who they playing against, they're going to do work. They're going to put up numbers.
So guarantee Tyreek Hill is going to have some monster games this year, but he's also going to have a lot of duds in there mixed in.
And it's going to land flat on Tua, right? Yeah. I mean,
completely.
And then you put him on a team, you have a guy that's just like him. So you got a smallest type quarterback, you got smallest quick receivers. You get rid of Parker.
Speed kills. Yeah, I guess that's what they're going for, is that we're just gonna have guys who are faster than you.
It kills, but Joe, the Dolphins don't run the ball. So why I don't gotta hit my safeties up in the box.
They don't try to run.
I mean, but they don't. I mean, they just don't. They try to run some games, but it's not consistent. I don't know. I'm like you. I'll believe it when I see it.
It's a bold move.
I'm not like you. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not going to see it when I believe it. I'm not like you. All right. It's a bold move, but I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. In NFL, they like, they do stuff. They do. I mean,
this is the ultimate Tua. Show us. If you don't, you are out. This is it. This is Tua.
Watson's already gone, so they don't have much choices. Who they waiting on and who they waiting on in the NCAA? Who's the next big thing in the NCAA? You don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then nowadays, guess what? Nowadays, the guys who you think gonna be straight fire success stories in the NFL don't always work out. You just don't have. I mean, everybody, even the best guys. Look at where did Mitch go first? He's gonna be starting in New York this year, right? Trubisky?
No, he will not.
He's at the Steelers. He'll start.
Mitch is with Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. Who's starting for the Giants this year? Daniel Jones?
You got it.
Daniel Two Nickels?
You got it.
Old double nickel.
Any bold predictions this year for Danny Dimes?
7 wins.
So okay.
That's your boldness is going. Last year you were on fire. Now you're getting some mild sauce.
Humble yourself, because last year after that you're like, Giants are winning the division. This is your first thing about your mouth.
He's got him some mild sauce.
Yes, because I didn't think the Cowboys were who we thought they were. I didn't think the Cowboys were who we thought they were.
And the crazy part is the Cowboys, I don't know. I mean, against the division, the Cowboys are averaging like 40 points a game, which is ridiculous.
Joey's mild takes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The NFL just crazy, right? Cowboys.
That's his new segment.
My mild take.
Mild take. Yeah, 7 wins.
7 wins. I'll say 6 to 7 in that range.
7, yeah. 7
wins. That's
it.
7 wins. He's like, yeah, 2,500 yards.
Yeah, 7 wins. 13 touchdowns.
13 touchdowns?
13, JB. 13. This is the
mild take.
This is the mild take right here.
That's it. Only 13 touchdowns.
I gotta analyze.
Yeah, that's his mild take.
That's the old mild take.
Yeah, you done sold out, man.
All right, Joey, you got to decide. I know you guys like to get in bed. You want to do the next one? Or you want to push it again?
Work tomorrow.
We're on spring break, Chris.
Oh, all right. Let's hit it then.
We're on spring break.
Look at you two. You guys are staying up real late right now. All right, so Joey, let me hit us up with the next question.
The ultimate millions in honor of JB and him being a fan of Marvel, the Marvel Universe, the What If series in Marvel. We have now switched it to What If as far as sports go.
What if?
And for our first What If segments, here is what we are analyzing. What if Derrick Rose or Penny Hardaway had never gotten hurt? Who would have had the better career? You want to start us off, Chris?
Yeah, so me and the Hawkins were arguing. This is how it got brought up. So we were arguing, and so shout out to Brian.
Hawkins, the same guy who said he was making the playoffs.
the same guy, the same Hawkins. So shout out here to Hawkins, because we were the ones bringing it up and talking about it. So so that day when I was arguing, I was leaning more Derrick Rose, more because he had the MVP and he did it by himself. And I still would question those two things, but looking at the stats, they really only had like the 3, each of them had really early 3 dominant years. Mm-hmm. I mean, their careers are very early on, especially very similar.
Yeah, they are.
But I would say, looking at their numbers, Rose is definitely the better scorer, so it would be kind of what you need. But I think overall, Hardaway is probably the better all-around player, better rebounder, shoots better. He doesn't. The thing is that his numbers are a little bit skewed because Rose had to carry his team more, had to probably got into a position where he's going to force shots up. He didn't play with an all-time great center like Shaq, where, teams, especially at that time, as dominant as Shaq was, teams were probably doubling and Hardaway's getting open looks. So for me, just looking at it, I was wanting it to be Rose just because I was probably more of a Rose fan. But their win shares are very close, looking at that one year that he won. So if you look at Hardaway, his win shares are 14. He's responsible for 14 wins. His best year, his 3rd year in the league, he's responsible for 14 wins. Derrick Rose's best year, he's only responsible for 13. So even in his best year, when he was an MVP, and even people say, oh, well, LeBron probably should have won that anyway. Even in his best year, Hardaway is still probably a little bit better than Derrick Rose is. Now, Derrick Rose, I think, probably had the higher ceiling going forward because he was so athletic and you know what I mean? I think and does he become a better shooter and you know what I mean? Like where Hardaway, we saw kind of what he was for longer. But I would say based on looking at the numbers, I would take Hardaway, even though my heart is with Derrick Rose. I'd rather go. I like Rose better, but I'll take Hardaway. And I probably apologies to Hardaway because I slept on kind of how good he really is. Now, I don't necessarily know if his career isn't a top 75 guy, but I think both of these guys would be in the top 75 if they were healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I still don't think he would be Chris Paul level. I don't think he's that level. Either of them are those level of guy, but I do think that they both could be top 50 players had they not have, you know what I mean? I think that's their level of players. So
right.
Brian thinks that Hardaway is on
Kobe level.
He thinks he could be a top 20 guy if he was healthy.
Right.
So I don't think he's on that level.
Where you going, JB?
Man, look. I appreciate the whole Marvel love with the what if, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. Listen, so man, injuries in any professional sport are the bane of a person's legacy, right? When you get injured, your whole legacy changes in terms of where you looked at in amongst the greatest of all time. Both these guys were good players, and I mean, honestly, I like Derrick Rose. Like you said, Derrick Rose was explosive, still a decent player. You know, still can do a few things. And I didn't even know that Penny Hardaway played in the league 14 years, right?
Yeah, he was there for a long time.
He played 14 seasons, and like some of those seasons were like forgotten seasons. You didn't even know he was in the NBA.
Yeah.
He played for your Knicks. What I saw, I looked at his stats.
Yes, he did.
So, man, it's both of these guys, man. I wish they didn't. I wish they didn't get hurt. I mean, Penny Hardaway played at a time where Shaq came in and Jordan was in the league. Jordan was coming back from retiring, and Derrick Rose came in, and when LeBron was in his prime, and you know, Derrick Rose played. They played against LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals. Took an L. Penny they played against Jordan when Jordan first came back. Jordan, they weren't ready, and the Bulls organization changed their whole philosophy. They went with the big guard, with the guard Penny Hardaway. They brought in Ron Harper just for that reason. They started the point guard. Remember that? And ended up beating Orlando the next year. And
Nick Anderson made the huge mistake of saying he's not the same Jordan.
Oh yeah.
He's like, dude, shut your mouth.
Then Nick Anderson goes on, but is it the same Nick Anderson that was in the NBA Finals and just kiboshed all those free throws?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then his mentally just gone from the free throw line. The same Nick Anderson.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, I mean, it's a tough decision. I really like both of these guys. I mean, give me some back in the day. Give me some Penny Hardaways all day. Them black and white joints. Oh Lordy.
Yes.
Give me those. And then, you know, I mean, Penny still is a kind of, his shoes are still iconic. Those foam posits that he started wearing, people love the foam posits.
Underrated sneaker in the world.
Yeah, I was never a foam posit fan. I never even owned a pair, but owned plenty of Penny Hardaways. Those, you know, and I mean,
he was definitely. I mean, you think? Remember, he had blue chips. He had the little penny commercials. I mean, he was a true
He was marketable.
And marketing superstar.
Yeah, he was being marketed to be on the same level with all the NBA superstars.
Yeah.
I remember the year that Shaq left and he played on Orlando and they made a little run in the playoffs, but they still, they didn't have Shaq. So it was him and Daryl Armstrong. You know, Daryl Armstrong, the point guard, drinking the coffee before the game.
Yeah.
But it's a tough decision. Exciting. I would honestly, both of them still, they were good scorers, not great shooters. I think, Penny Hardaway probably was more of a, even though they really didn't average big assist numbers, he still was a good assist guy. So I probably would go with Penny, and give me a 6'7", 6'8" point guard all day.
I'm going to go the same way because of Penny's size. I just think that he's going to be more of a weapon for me. Not only can he dictate the offense, but he may end up being the offense, and he could, when you need buckets, Penny can take you off of the dribble. Penny can create his own shot anytime. Penny can get on the block also and do whatever he wanted when he was in his prime on that block. This is very close for me also, but I am definitely leaning towards Penny.
Yeah. Let me ask you, where was Penny's or Derrick Rose's ceiling? Top 20 guy or not that high for both of them?
Hey, I would say honestly, there are a lot of good guards in the NBA. Derrick Rose ceiling could be somewhere around the Isaiah Iverson level if he was still playing healthy.
I think he could be there. Yeah,
he could have been on that level. And and Penny is the same way. So like you said, I agree. They could have possibly been top 75 guys. But injuries, man, they was Tracy McGrady top 75?
Yes.
And was Vince Carter?
No.
So
it's hard to make the top 75 because you're really only looking at probably 30 recent players, somewhat recent. So,
and they got Kawhi in there, a lot of recency bias there with Kawhi and Damian Lillard. A lot. David, all those guys. There's a lot of great players in the NBA, man, over time, man. It's a lot of awesome, great players. So those guys.
Well, let me ask you, because would Derrick Rose have benefited from playing with a Shaq type of guy, or would that take away from kind of what he's done? Because his Hardaway is, they got a lot of where they got to because of where Shaq, how good Shaq was. That
NBA, when Derrick Rose came into the league, the NBA was kind of shifting a little bit, right?
Right.
No big man.
The NBA was shifting from the big man in the post to more of a wing game, attacking game that around that time. Because like I said, who was the last time that you really had post men dominating to win a championship was when? Let me think. You had the Pistons, you had the Pistons and the Spurs winning, but even the Spurs last championship, Duncan wasn't the main contributor. It was, the wing guys, Parker, Ginobili, Leonard. The league was changed. So Penny played in that time, in the era where you had the big man, the Magic, the Kareem,
right?
The guy, you had Drexler, Olajuwon. The Bulls were the only ones that kind of bucked that because you had Jordan and the rest of his guys. They're probably the first team that weren't doing that, right? The Bulls, right? The Bulls were the only team then that didn't really have a dominant center that tried to beat you for the championship. And then the Bulls and that one year with the Phoenix Suns, right? It was mostly Barkley and a bunch of wing guys.
Mark West.
They had Mark West in the middle. He just was a bruiser. But I mean, by that time Derrick Rose came, it was all about the wing guys. It was all about the guards. And so I don't think it wouldn't. I mean, even Dwayne Wade, right? Dwayne Wade started really blow up when Shaq came to town. Remember that? Mm-hmm. When Shaq came to town, he became Flash. All of a sudden, the darling of the NBA. He was the man now. Because Dwayne Wade won a championship before LeBron did, right? He got there and won with Shaq before LeBron did.
He was ridiculous that playoffs too.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. I mean, he was getting some phantom calls, but he was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I'm
don't tell that to Joey.
I'm just telling you, man, I love basketball. I love the NBA, but I do not like it when the calls are so ridiculous that it seems as if the NBA is trying to promote some guy because they want him to be on the big stage. And that series, it came to a point where I thought the fouls they were giving Dwayne Wade, that series, were ridiculous when they were calling fouls on with Dale. What's the other the kid from Wisconsin, pretty good, the point guard for Dallas back then. I forgot his name.
Devin Harris.
Was it Dale? I forgot his first name, but
Devin Harris.
Devin Harris, right? Devin Harris was playing good D, and they was like just calling stuff. But it was a Mavericks fault, but they were up, they were up on the series, 2-0 or 2-1, and they let them come back and beat them. So I mean, but yeah, Dwayne Wade was ridiculous, man. We averaging 30 points the last couple of games in that series, balling. But yeah, give me Penny. I mean, give me both these guys, man. It's a shame that what happened to them, but it's how it is sometimes, man. Everybody can't be the GOAT.
I think we think like when I heard it, I'm thinking, oh well, Derrick Rose won the MVP. He's automatically, and he had to do it on himself. But Hardaway did a lot for that squad in order to, what I mean? I think everyone's like, oh well, he's just kind of, Batman to Robin kind of thing.
Hardaway, they don't even go to the finals that year.
No, they don't.
They don't go to the final. I mean, the Bulls organization changed their whole mindset just because of him.
Yeah.
They didn't change it because of Shaq. They didn't change. They didn't say, oh, we gotta stop Shaq. No, they were like, no, we gotta have somebody stop this dude. And that's why you look back. And next year,
Harper.
That next year, Ron Harper was starting point guard. And Ron Harper, and I saw them come out like, what? Harper ain't no point guard. But I guess they were playing a triangle. They were playing a triangle offense, so really didn't need a point guard, right? You need a distributor. You had Pippen as your distributor, basically, as your point guard, your point forward.
Yeah, I was surprised. I think I slept on him a little bit too much because I was never a huge Penny fan. So, Little Penny. I like Little Penny.
Little Penny. That's Tyra Banks, bro.
I gotta look up some on YouTube. I gotta look up. I wonder. We need to do a shoe ranking. I wonder where Penny.
Ooh.
We'll have to do a shoe ranking. I wonder where that ranks.
So we're all in. We are all leaning towards.
All of us went.
Okay. Well, there it is.
Yeah.
Brian would be happy. He probably wanted to argue though.
Top shoe, Jordan 12 playoffs. Some people are always going to. I think if you had a shoe ranking, you probably always had to start with the shoe that started it all, the Jordan 1. I mean,
absolutely.
$60.
And
then you can't do shoe rankings without even having the Air Force Ones on there either. You can't even do a shoe ranking without those back in the day.
Flag.
In the show, I tell you, man, when you see the part where the whole Magic shoe deal, you could be like, what?
That's what I've heard.
When you see the number that supposedly it cost a man, you're gonna be like, what?
Right. That's what
anyway.
I have heard that.
Yeah.
All right.
That's, of course, some of the shows embellished, but some of it is true.
Correct. Y'all ready for the hot take?
Man, am I ready for that? Hold on.
Are y'all ready for? Can you put it back up, please, JB?
Am I ready for that? Am I ready for the hot take?
Put it back up.
Let me see what I got going on here.
Please put it back up. Millions.
Am I ready?
Ready for the hot take? Because this Even though I want to get y'all's thoughts on one little part of this 10-leg parlay.
Oh, Lordy. You said a 10-leg parlay?
10-leg parlay. Now, it's reasonable. Okay? It is very reasonable. Get your writing utensils and paper ready, millions. Let me read this parlay to you. This is all based on tomorrow night's game. Ice Tray going to Cleveland.
Are you sure you can make them all?
Yes.
Oh, you already tested it out.
I have it ready. But I want to check on two small areas. Okay, this is all based on points except for two parts. Okay, so I got Darius Garland will go 20 plus. I got Ice Tray going 25 plus. I got Garland giving me 6 dimes. I took JB had already mentioned it. Capella will get 10 rebounds and Capella will get 10 points. I got Garland hitting 2 threes. I got Kevin Huerter hitting 2 threes. Ice Tray, 8 dimes. Now, this is where it's going to get a little. This is where we're going to win it. I'm going Cleveland money line. But I'm wondering.
I won't be going Cleveland money line.
I'm wondering. This is where I'm wondering. First quarter points, I got under 57.5 points. I think it's going to be a little. It's going to be a little tight. This is plus.
How much points?
Under. Yes. Let me get a little bit of that, JD.
Warm it up.
Let me get a little bit of that. Under 57.5, Chris. First quarter total points under 57.5. This is plus 2,068.
Give me that.
I'm putting $1.50 on it. I win $31.
What if you off? What if you changed taking the points?
Taking the points
on Cleveland, what does it change to?
Taking points and get rid of the line. Let me see.
Well, I'm just seeing if it makes that much of a difference to them.
So we got Garland over 20. See, that you must be on FanDuel because you can do that. Caesars don't let you do that.
I'm on FanDuel.
Caesars usually just make you be like, yeah, nah, you got to take a definite point total. So while you doing that, I'm gonna tell you, I know you're giving your hot take. I'm gonna come in with my own hot take. The hotter take.
Taking the points instead of the money line, Chris.
Yeah, what happens?
It goes down. It's down to 1940.
1940. And this dude, he's betting $1.
$1.50, JB.
50. Woo, boy, you big money.
Yeah, so would you how confident are you in Cleveland then?
All right, look, I'm taking
Cleveland's winning this thing, Chris. Cleveland's
same game parlay. Let me go ahead. Listen, my same game parlay. I'm gonna go Atlanta -2. Atlanta gonna win by more than 2. Give me Trae Young double-double. Yes, sir. Give me a Capella double-double. Yes, sir. Total points. Let's see. Cavaliers. See, that's what they get you right here. See, that's what they get you on Caesars, right? They're like, they trying to get me. So instead of going total points, I'm gonna go total points, assists, and rebounds. This is how you get them right here.
Okay.
So we got marketing, we got Mobley, we got Garland. I don't like none of those guys, but I do like DeAndre Hunter over total points, assists, and rebounds. I like him over 19.5. All right. Okay, and let's see. Because they just say they hard, man. They're difficult.
You said Trey double. You said Clint Capella double.
Yeah. All right, 3-point goals. We got Trey Young. Darius Garland. I'll take Darius Garland over 2.5 threes. And I like the blocks. Give me DeAndre Hunter with 1 block on defense. And let me see. I can't. Yeah. See, I might just change this up, man, because that's why I told you FanDuel and DraftKings have better parlay choices. Because I would like to take Darius Garland, but I don't want to take him over 26.5. I don't trust that. And all they got is Lori marketing, right? They should have Kevin Love over here.
Should have Kevin Love. You're right.
But I'll go ahead. Look, I'm gonna go ahead. So I got the Hawks -2, Trey and Capella doubles. I got DeAndre Hunter, points, assists, rebounds 9.5. I got Garland over 2.5 threes and 101 block for plus 2,500. So I'm gonna go ahead and put $1.16 on it.
It's not letting me parlay that.
You said what?
It's not letting me do. It's not letting me parlay.
Oh, what, on FanDuel?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't. Okay, this is the thing. You probably if you do Trey Young points, then you can't do Trey Young double. You gotta choose one or the other.
Yeah, I just did. I did so far. I had I did the Hawks.
Right, let me go to
the 2 doubles, and it would not let me do it.
All right, hold on a second. Let me jump in this FanDuel for you, young fella.
Same game. Are you under the same game parlay thing, Joey?
Make sure, yeah. Let's see. NBA.
Just go under same game parlay. It should.
Yeah.
All right, same game parlay. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna take the Hawks -2 performance doubles. Who we got?
Performance doubles.
I see they got let me see what mine looking like right now. Okay, so yeah, they won't let you do double doubles on that with the Hawks. I guess because okay, so instead of doing the performance doubles, let me see, record a double. Hawks win, right? It says performance doubles. Let's go record a double. Trey Young, Capella. Let's see what happened on that one. Oh, yeah, they don't like that.
They ain't doing it.
All right, let's do Trey Young with a double. And let's see. Trey Young, FanDuel getting kind of, they must smell something in the air or something. Oh man, they don't like nothing with the Hawks -2, and then all right. So you know what? Let's try this one then. I'm gonna try Hawks money. I'm gonna try Hawks money line and Trey Young. Let's see. Jeez. All right. I'm gonna leave this spread out completely. Let's see. Trey Young, Capella. Man, they don't like nothing. Let me see. I don't know what's going on with FanDuel, bro.
Yeah.
They don't want. I mean, oh, you know what it is? Oh, my bad. I'm doing it wrong. Same game parlay. I'm hitting the wrong thing. Here we go. Let's try this one. Bam. Let's see. Keep looking. In the same game parlays, you cannot pick a double on here. So on same game parlays, I can do the spread. I can do player points. I ain't doing it that way though. I'm gonna do the score. I'm gonna get the score 25. I'm gonna do Trey Young, Darius Garland, like you said. Let's see what I'm gonna get rid of. I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Ah, Suki, I'm working with hot sauce now, Joey. So I got the Hawks -2. I got Trae Young with 25 points. I got Garland with 25 points. Now let's do some more work on it. All right. So record 6 assists. I'm gonna record 10 assists. I'm gonna take Trae Young to get that double-double on there. Yes, sir. To get 6 assists at least. All right, let me see. 8 assists. Darius Garland. All right. Let's go with 10 rebounds. Man, Clint Capella, jeez. Like Clint Capella. I'm gonna go with 12 rebounds, Clint Capella. How about that? 2 threes. Herder. And I'll go with Garland. I'm at 8 right now. And I don't like anything else. I see double result.
What we need to do then is we need to build build a same game parlay with just that game, and we got to come up with 10 bets, right, Joey? Is that what you're doing? And we'll see if one of us can hit it.
So right now, this is what I got right now, and I'm gonna do 2 more on there. I got the Hawks -2, Trae Young 25 points, Garland 25 points, Trae Young 10 assists, Garland 8 assists, Capella 10+ rebounds, Herder 2+ threes, Garland 2+ threes. I'm gonna get 2 more. Then I'll do. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's see. I don't know why they got. I'm trying to figure out why they got Trae Young up here. I put Trae Young at 3 threes. Then how about that? And let's see, 1 3. I'm surprised they don't have a 1 3. DeAndre Hunter. There we go. 10 game parlay. I'm gonna put 30 cents on it because I got in the account 30 cents.
30 cents.
Yep. I ain't putting nothing in this account right now. There you go. My 10 game parlay. Bam. Plus 25, 24, Joey.
May the odds forever being your favorite, JB.
Yep.
Joey, what do you got for us? Did you get yours?
It's in there.
Yeah, you send me. Yes, I'm gonna post most of this stuff to our Twitter account. I'm gonna post our first round picks, our parlays, and all that stuff in the morning time.
By the way, I'm already looking into something for next week. It's going to be hot. It's already looking at over 6,000 because there will be 2 players that are going to both have 40 points in at the same game in the Boston-Brooklyn game.
Okay, for the games that okay, cool.
How many do we trying to go with? How many picks do I need to put in here?
I guess you said 10, right, Joey? 10 leg parlay.
10.
Oh my gosh, I'm at 7 and I'm at plus 5,800.
Yeah. I'm thinking I get 10 and Caesars. It's probably gonna be impossible.
Yeah.
How many, Joey? How much did you get up to? I better put some.
Mine is it's at 2,068.
All right, let's see. Same game parlay, Caesars. I'm gonna go money line. Hawks, Trae Young, double-double, yes. Capella, double-double, yes. Cavaliers, Darius Garland, double-double. I'm going to say no. And I'm also going to say no to Evan Mobley. They will not have double-doubles. You know, so that's 5 picks right there. So, I don't like how many points that Darius Garland have against the Nets? 34.
He did whatever he wanted to them.
All right, so let's see. Werder, Trae Young. Trae Young will mess around and not give you a big game and they still win.
Yes, he had 34.
Yeah. Points, rebounds, assists. Let's see. I think I said I was going to go with, I think I'll go with Hunter. Oh, yeah. That's 6. Oh. All right. Let's see. Points and rebounds. Laurie Marketing. Marketing, that's Joey Boy. He may have.
That's my man.
So right now I'm at an 8-leg parlay and I'm at 6,000.
Woo. That's my type of parlay, JB.
I'm gonna tell you what it is here in a second. All right, here you go. 3-point field goals. I think Garland gonna shoot them up.
Shoot them up, just shoot them up.
I guess they didn't like that. They didn't like me picking Garland for that. Let me see. Man, first they got they missing Kevin. Kevin Love should be on here easy. Goodness gracious.
He definitely on there.
Don't like that either. Don't like none of these. Okay, hold on. See, blocks. Let's see, Hunter. No, they don't like.
I'm putting $1 on mine. Mine is absurd.
Let me see. Total steals. Oh, DeAndre Hunter, good for a steal. Come on now.
There's no way mine are hidden. Joey, you do 10?
My goodness. I'm at 9. Listen, I'm at 9. And right now I'm at 12,500.
Oh, goodness. Make that money.
Let's see. I gotta add one more. Let's see what I can add to this ridiculous parlay. All right. So
make that money.
Gallinari will have. Oh, come on, man. You let me just do it. Stop messing around. Marketing. Come on.
I have marketing in mine a bunch.
Yeah, they won't let me. Okay, I'm at 1250, but I'm trying to. I guess I got to do something that's not on the list. Let's see, marketing under. Nah, they don't like that. I need something to make it go up. Nope, that didn't make it go up either. Points and assists. Points and assists. Nope. Let's see. Come on. No.
Just shoot them up.
Jeez, total points.
All right, though. It's all right. Have a good time. It's all right. Oh, it's all right.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Tomorrow, y'all gonna get paid. We're going to get paid mañana.
These guys they're not like
FanDuel still?
No, I'm on Caesars. I'm on Caesar.
Caesar.
Trying to get 10 on this piece, but they not liking it. I might have to go with that 9 and just go with that 12, that 12.50. Ridiculous.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
All right, let's see.
Just go with it.
All right, wager $1. $1 on that joint, get you $126. Goodness gracious.
There you go.
There you go. Let's go ahead and put $1 on this right here. Give me that $1.
Dame dollar.
Look at mine. Hold on. $1 to win $3.55.
There you go, Chris.
That's on FanDuel?
Yeah. I had I had 10 of them. I found I mean, they're all straight bets, but I guess it's because they're not, I didn't drop down on anybody. You know?
Right.
All right. So I'm gonna take the Clippers.
Man, if that hits, I'd be bitter. I'll be happy if it hits, but I'd be bitter that I only put $1 on it. That would be scared money there. $10 win you $3,000. Oh my gosh.
Take that.
But I went Garland under.
Take that.
I went Garland under 26 points.
I tried to do that. They was hating on me.
So my point ones, I went Markkanen over 13.5, Garland under 26, Mobley over 15. My rebounds, I went Gallinari over 8 or over 4.5, Mobley over 8.5. Assist, Garland over 8.5. Huerter over 2.5. Huerter under 2.5 threes, Gallinari over 1.5, and Markkanen under 2.5.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the problem is that they're all kind of 55% bets. What's the odds that you're going to hit 55%?
Yeah, he still might hit though. He still might hit.
Let me see if I can put
Now we've gotten to the era of the ridiculous joy bet.
That's always teaching us.
So a 20-leg parlay.
Aren't they beauty? They're a thing of beauty.
I've come real close to hitting a couple of. I hit a 10. I never had a 10 same game parlay, but I've hit a 10-game parlay this past year. Now that one I hit for a G, that was 10. That was 10.
Goodness.
Oh, geez. I just punched it in. The probability is 0.28% that mine would hit.
Man, I came close. I came real close to hitting another 10 on NFL, but for some reason the Chargers didn't want to make a field goal or extra point at the end of the game. So
that's when you hedge out, right?
Yeah. Yep.
The same game though, you're kind of stuck. No hedging out. You're just done.
I know.
JB, what were your odds? Let me punch it in to see the probability.
Mine was 12. It was 12. It was 12,500. My last one I did.
So your probability is 0.79. You don't even have a percent yet. Joey, what was yours?
0.7.
2,068.
Oh, Joey's is big probability. Joey has a 4.6% of winning.
I'm looking at a plus 3,290 in this Clippers game.
Oh, geez.
I'm trying to get something going. Trying to
plus 3,000.
Put 50 cents on it. 50 cents would be $16.
50 cents.
Can you even put 50 cents on there?
Yes.
Oh, can you?
Yes, you can.
I thought they had a minimum amount you could bet, or no?
$1. You can put a penny on some shit.
I know Bet Online. I used to, when I would use that, you had to put a minimum $1.
Okay.
It won't let you bet less than that.
Let's make some money. Let's make some money tomorrow.
This would be the most absurd bet I've ever hit. If I I'm horrible at parlay, so I assume I'm gonna not hit that, especially with a 0.49% chance. But you're telling me there's a chance.
But there's a chance. There's a chance. So there you go. There you go. I mean, hey, parlay time, hot take time.
I'm going to see what the old Godfather is going to send my way tomorrow. He said the only reason why he said this is the most NBA he's ever watched his entire life. It's all because of FanDuel.
FanDuel.
He is very thankful for him.
For FanDuel, okay. FanDuel like DFS or FanDuel Sportsbook?
The DFS.
Oh, okay. So he's playing the DFS.
Yes, he will be in some tomorrow.
I ain't no good at that. I win every once in a blue moon. Like I'm just.
I think there's more of an edge because you're not playing. Once it's set, it's set. You know what I mean? Like if you see Scotty Scheffler is cheap and you see value, it's not going to go away later on. You know what I'm saying? Where like sports books, if you see a line that's bad early on, if you don't jump on it immediately, you're screwed. You know what I mean? So where in DFS, they set the lineups and then like if you love somebody, it's just the same. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there is value and you're playing against your own people. Whereas in the other one, you're playing against the book. So if you're good, they're gonna say, no. The other one, that's how sports betting should be. They should say you're a line here and a line here. Like if you want that line, if you can like a stock,
take it.
Want it, you can find somebody you can take it on the other side. What they said though is the only reason that it's not done that way yet is because of interstate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like say football, you'd be able to do it because there's enough people betting. But if you wanted to bet like VCU versus George Mason, or not even that, just say you want to bet Syracuse versus St. Peter's. There's not going to be that many people wanting to bet that game in the state of Virginia.
Yeah.
So until you get it opened up nationwide and you can get more people involved, then you're not going to be able to do that.
Kind of bet Shirley Heim versus North Stockton.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to have a line. You got to have a partner.
What's the line?
You always got to, in stocks, you always got to find a partner. You always got to find someone who's willing to bet against it while you're betting for it. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So in the way that they do that, like in Europe, but in here, because they need to get the whole country on the same lines.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like New Jersey can't be different than Virginia. You should be able to bet with somebody against in New Jersey. So eventually it probably will move that way. Because in that way, the books don't care. They're just the middle people. They're just hosting. They don't need to take any money out. They just take money out of their bet.
Right.
You know, so then that way, if you get good, you just are finding guys who like the line. So if Joey loves crazy lines, he just got to find another guy who likes it just the same on the other side.
I got to find.
One day.
Let's make that money.
Yeah. Make it. Back it up.
All the way.
Yeah.
Get your money, millions. Get your money.
The thing is I did see is that's crazy is that if you are willing to bet on big underdogs in baseball, there's a ton of value, but you have to be willing to bet on big underdogs. Like right now, they said there's value on the Oakland A's -1 tomorrow versus Toronto, right? Toronto is definitely the better team. So you're going to have to stomach a lot of bad losses to hit it big.
Right.
So can your bankroll handle a bunch of losses? Because then the thing is that if you're hitting at plus 200 all the time as a bettor, you don't need to be as 50% better because you're hitting bigger on the one bet you hit. You know what I'm saying? But can you handle losing 7 out of 10 games, knowing you're going to hit the one,
right?
Or you're going to win 3 out of 10. Can you handle losing 7 games in a row?
Right.
Most guys can't. They want to win.
You want to win, right?
Most guys they don't want to lose all the time.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But there's more value in underdogs for sure.
Correct.
because the books know that. The books know people don't like taking. The books know people like taking big favorites. Joey loves the big favorites.
Yes, I do.
The
UMass,
30
Florida State.
Florida State versus.
Ooh, Lord, that was that
Absolutely.
was what? Was that 35-point spread?
It was.
What was his final score? 38-3 or 38 to something. So it was something that was like it was
Okay.
basically thin, but you still won.
Florida State put up 50.
Oh, there you go.
Florida State put up 50.
Yeah, it should be it'll be more interesting this year because we didn't really get into the betting of college football until a little bit later. Joey just started into that, right, Joey?
Yes. Final, the final in that was 59-3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got that thing easy.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, all right. So I just posted these are old. I posted the old pics. Let me delete this tweet.
Get your money.
No, yeah, that's the last year. What am I doing? Delete. I posted last year's. But anyway. All right, hey, people, get your money. It's getting late.
We're trying to see if one of us can hit a same game Cleveland versus the Hawks parlay and none of us have a better than 5% chance. So we'll see.
Make sure y'all send me what your bet is so I can put it on the Twitter feed.
Gotcha.
Man.
All right. Yeah, send that to me.
Okay.
Hey, everybody.
Screenshot of that.
Good luck out there if you're betting tomorrow night. The NBA games are going on. Wish me luck in my first endeavor into the fantasy baseball thing against these two guys who are obviously pros at it, who have been playing it for a while.
Yeah, we've been in the game on that one.
We've been in this, yes.
What's your Joey? How many years have you been playing fantasy baseball?
Let me look at the stats. I think this.
Tell me your profile ranking, Joey.
My profile ranking right now is gold.
Joey's pretty good in baseball.
Gold, okay.
Yeah. This is year 12, year 13 for it.
Wow. What's your
me?
Let me ask you a question. What's your fantasy profile ranking in basketball?
In basketball, fantasy profile ranking.
Chris, you know the setup is coming. Here comes the setup right here.
Yeah, that coming.
I have a platinum ranking.
What is it?
862.
You don't have to ask me. Let me tell you what my ranking is in basketball.
I don't, because Paladin told me.
It's perfect. It's the 900 diamond ranking in fantasy basketball. That's why they call me JB the champ. What's your fantasy ranking in football? You platinum in that too?
Am I able to see that one right now?
I'm only silver in baseball. But I've won 4 first place.
Won 4 championships. How are you only silver?
4. Well, because I am like, I don't I either do really, really well or I, struggle to get in the playoffs because I always try to outmanage.
Man, Joey, what is it in fantasy football, Joey?
Football? Okay, I just found it. Well, I've got 4 teams.
Are you platinum, Joey?
Let me see. Am I platinum? Am I platinum? No, I am gold.
You know my ranking in fantasy football, Joey?
Tell us.
It's platinum. 876. 876.
I was platinum in basketball at one point.
Yeah, I think you still are.
No, I'm gold right now.
Dang, Chris, you gold, man.
Well, I had a bad year. I've got 4 first places in that one too.
Ooh, man.
I mean, I've definitely win some, but
I got 24 teams in fantasy basketball, 15 trophies. Ain't that bad.
That's not bad.
Ain't bad at all. That's not bad at all. But you know,
Let me see my football.
yeah. Hold on. So yeah, I got all my fantasy trophies here. I ain't doing too bad. You know, it is what it is.
I was diamond level at football at one point,
Dang, you was killing it.
but not now. 14 trophies in football. I've done hockey once. Remember me and you did hockey once, Joey?
Yeah.
Hockey's pretty sweet though. I don't know enough, but it was pretty sweet.
We will be back.
Back fantasy hockey. Well, my wife's gonna kill me when she hear me. Yeah, I'm doing a fantasy hockey draft. She was like, "What?"
Oh yeah, my girlfriend's the same way.
I'm like, "Yep." So what we do with CJ Square, baby, we do
That's
it.
right. That's right.
We do what it do.
Get that knowledge.
We don't know about that knowledge yet, but we'll figure that out.
Yes, we will figure it out.
Well, I'll actually have to study up on how the heck what you should do
for fantasy hockey. So I'm sure you probably need a goalie. You're gonna need somebody with assists and somebody who's scoring.
So you probably have to decide you want a guy who's like an Ovechkin type that just scores a ton, or do you want a guy that, like a guy that gets you just kind of like Crosby versus Ovechkin. Crosby didn't get as many goals, but he got more assists. So you'd have to figure out what's more valuable long term. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or is the good scoring defenseman like in baseball? I like to take, like this year I took a catcher because the catching position is so weak that I took Salvador Perez, who's head and shoulders above everybody else. It's like tight end. Kelsey is way better than everybody else. So his value gets pushed up, but is it worth it? Where does that become worth it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the little things. The more you know about the sport, you can pick up on those things. Where, like, say in football, you versus a new guy, you're going to know the value of a really high scoring tight end versus once you get off of that and you go, okay, well, Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith and like all these guys are all in the same grouping. You know what I mean? It really doesn't matter. But like Waller and, those guys are up top, they're worth taking early because they're so much better than everybody else in that position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what you have to figure out in hockey. We don't know enough about hockey to know, is a good scoring defenseman worth a third round pick or whatever.
Money in blind, basically.
So we'll have to study up a little bit to know. But it'd be interesting though, because then I'm sure, JB, now you do in fantasy baseball, you'll learn kind of the secondary guys that you would normally not pay attention to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's still a lot of players out there to pay attention to, right? And I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to fantasy sports, sometimes I'm a rankings whore. If I see a guy ranked high, I'm like, pick him up.
I hear you.
I do that.
Pick him up.
Now, one of the things that I do for fantasy basketball all the time is I try my best to have a team of guys ranked in the top 100. That's one of I try. It doesn't always happen, but that's one of my goals. I try to get as many guys I can get inside that top 100 to get those stats. It doesn't always work, but I mean,
I'll tell you, the thing in baseball is you have to figure out where your team is good at. It's kind of, you're not punting categories. You have to decide, do I need a guy who every week I'm getting killed at stolen bases, right? Just say, do I want a guy who now maybe try to pick up stolen bases? Or do I say the next pickup, I don't care, I'm just going to keep losing stolen bases because, you know what I'm saying? That's where you got to decide. So your transaction, because not everybody's going to be good especially in all the categories we play, not everybody's going to be good in 15 hitting categories. They're just not.
It'll be good. I got the best, supposedly the top ranked pitcher in baseball, and he is starting off the year. Joey's boy.
Because you got to think the best pitcher in baseball is still going to lose 8 games a year.
Yeah. Can you pitch 6 innings, bro?
Yeah, really.
I mean, seriously, I don't care if you win or lose. Can I get a quality start?
Yeah.
Can I hear that? You know what I'm saying? Can I get a quality start? That's all I'm asking for.
I mean, the thing that it's more so in baseball is balancing your team is harder because there's so many more categories. So especially with hitters, because they're so hot and cold, you got to decide, you got to look at how your roster is constructed. You'll figure it out though.
I'll figure it out, but I tell you, it's like what? Honestly, right now, look at my roster. I don't have no idea how it's constructed. I just got a bunch of dudes.
Well, what you'll do is you'll probably look at, I think there's a way on the actual computer where you can see where you rank. Like say if you hit stolen bases, you can see where you rank amongst the league, I think.
Yeah, but I think it won't even happen until after you actually do
it'll be like a couple weeks. You don't even want to look at it first.
After the first week, you start, that starts showing up.
What you want to do is like if you're consistently at the bottom of stolen bases, then you have to decide, do I start wanting to pick up guys who maybe can get stolen bases, or just say, you know what, I probably won't win stolen bases and just go with the other route of I'm going to not pick up guys, because then there's certain guys who move up because of stolen bases, or you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or the other way around. A guy who hits a lot of home runs, but that's all he gives you.
Like today, the funny thing today is my team went 3 for 29 batting with 6 Ks, batting 103.
Oh, there'll be days like that, JB.
Lordy.
Yeah, you'll figure it out once you kind of get an idea of where your team's at. I don't think you want to be in the middle all the way around, because then you're probably going to lose. You probably need to decide where, like, pick some that you can dominate. You know what I mean?
I can tell you my goal this first year is not to worry about winning, is to worry about learning more about it and learning the player. That's the goal. Mm-hmm. Going to go compete, but not worried about winning, and just be humble, eat my humble pie.
Let's get used to it.
When football starts, I just this when I can talk shit again.
You'll get used to it. That's what I'm saying. You'll just have to decide. The biggest thing is once you start looking at where you're at constructed compared to everyone else, after like maybe a month or so, you'll kind of get an idea. Okay, this is where my team is. I'm not very good at ribbies or doubles. I don't ever hit doubles. Then you got to decide, can I, like the next guy you're going against, maybe he's right there with you in doubles. So maybe if you pick up a guy who hits a couple doubles, it's hard to chase things and because it's not like, say, even if doubles, the best guy in the league might hit 50 doubles. That means he's playing 162 games.
Yeah.
He's only hitting double one every 3 games.
Every 3 games, yeah.
So that means in a week he might hit 2 doubles. So chasing doubles or chasing stolen bases or home runs even, it's hard to do that because, these guys don't hit that many of anything. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's the thing with baseball. Like you said, you'll just learn those things as it comes. But even still, as much as we've played it, this is the least sport that I have like a system down that I like to do. Yeah, to me, I just kind of look at it and just hope I can make a couple moves here and there. But it's not like I feel like, do you, Joey, do you feel like you have like a system down in baseball?
Not at all.
I feel like you're just hoping.
No system and nothing. You can go out there and just be.
It's all feeling.
that damn kind of computer just hit that.
It's all feeling.
Yeah, but me, I always want to have a system. And even for me, most of mine is just kind of looking at where I can get an edge, and that's it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just drafted horrible and there's just not enough edge to be around. You're just like, oh, I sucked.
I'm already thinking about the fantasy basketball draft, because I know I'm gonna be drafting last. I'm gonna be drafting last next year in fantasy basketball. I'm already thinking about that.
You are.
Yeah.
Well, who's that gonna be? Like guys like
playoff P. You got Kawhi Leonard coming back.
You'll be pushing.
Zion's gonna be up there. I mean, who knows? I know Joey gonna take. already. Probably gonna take Embiid again. The Joker probably be the first pick again.
Yeah, but Joker played like the first pick, right?
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, that's no lie. I mean, you had to, but I don't understand is when guys you get the Joker, like when you like for basketball, when you draft your fantasy basketball team, you really have to think about what you putting around the players you draft.
Definitely.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like like when I drafted this year, I had a lot of I think I made a mistake with all the shooting guards. But they were shooting guards and point guards.
Mm-hmm.
But then I tried to add in the power forwards who could play power forward and small forward. And I said, you know what, let me get one guy who can man the center and be a good center. I got Jared Allen. So I really, try to actually build a team, you know what I'm saying? And a fantasy basketball. And like I said, I always like Button, I guess Button something like this, but in fantasy basketball, I always build a team with the idea in mind that I'm dropping some people. It's like in a regular training camp, I'm cutting people. Week 1, done. Bye.
Well, I think it gives you an edge in the regular season. In the postseason, everybody is doing that anyway.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but not everybody it seemed like, it's some people like you were doing it last year, being kind of strategic, and I even seen Joey try to do it, be strategic. But when I played Paladin, to me it seemed like he was just picking up anybody. Like he wasn't trying to pick up somebody to win a certain category. Like we'll pick up a guy. We're trying to get a category. Yeah, I'll pick up if I see, okay, I'll play Joey. I say, okay, I gotta maintain these threes. I gotta get my assists up.
Right.
Picking up guys who I think are going to get threes and assists. I'm not picking up a guy who's going to get rebounds, who's not going to get threes and assists.
Oh yeah.
Paladin seem to be just picking up dudes and putting them in, throwing them in there.
Don't tell him that.
Well, yeah, he's probably then just picking up the best available player instead of a best available guy.
Nah. I mean, I picked Isaiah Roby. Like I saw it. Okay, I said this dude. I said Paladin's getting too close in these rebounds. Like the Sunday, I didn't even play Chris Paul.
Right.
I said Chris Paul ain't getting no threes. I need threes, and I already won assists, so why play him?
Right.
He's locked up, so I need rebounds and some made shots.
Right.
And Roby and Jones provided that. So
yeah, I think there's an edge in the regular season. It's the postseason when you get into that. I don't think there's as much of an edge because I think that you're more managing at that point because everybody's playing full rosters every night almost.
Yeah.
So that goes away. I mean, I do think it gives you an edge to finish. I think finishing high every year is dependent on out-minuting some people, but I think when you get into playoffs, that edge goes away. So then you actually have to manage.
That's the goal, right? If you ain't in it, you can't win it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my thing is always, am I going to make the playoffs? The way I manage.
You got hit with injuries, though. You lost Bradley Beal, you lost Zion, and Bradley Beal was your first pick. And I mean, you could, and the rest of your picks, like at least I lost my first pick too most of the year, but I still had the other guys who I picked high. Like I still had Mitchell and McCollum. Well, I lost him for a little bit too, but yeah, you lost Zion. That was
I had Beal, Sexton, Anthony Davis, Zion, and Brook Lopez. I had all those guys.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
So but I always know going in that I'm gonna be fighting for those lower end playoff spots because of the way
Hold on, what'd you say? You were in the worst. You were in the worst division, and no, not the worst division. I think Button's in the worst division.
Yeah, Button.
You had the worst winning percentage.
Oh, was it?
I showed you the stats.
Oh yeah, I still couldn't make. I had the easiest schedule, and I still couldn't make the playoffs. That's what
Joey had some. What did yours say, Joey? Like you had like your schedule was like the winning percentage was like point.
Joey had the easiest all-time schedule.
Easiest all-time schedule. Was it this year?
Well, no, mine was the easiest this season. Joey's, I think, was either last year or the year before. It was the easiest all-time schedule.
Jeez.
I think it was last year's.
How do you get the easiest all-time schedule, man? That's crazy.
Yeah, especially because I guess that's just luck. So I had the easiest schedule this year, and I still couldn't make the freaking playoffs.
I tell you, our division was that division was the killer division.
Yeah, you had the what do they call it in soccer, Joey? The
death
group of death. That was your guys.
Yes, sir. Because we had what? We had me, Joey, and the other dude who finished third.
Corey,
but not counting Brian. You know, Brian was Brian was kind of a throw in.
He should have been there with that team he had. Should have been there.
Yeah, how do you not be there with that team?
Should have been there.
Yeah, that's a managing issue.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You know, like mine, you can say, like, not to say I've made it every year, but you can go, well, you got dealt a bad hand a little bit, but like
it's called what it is, man. You got dealt a bad hand. I'm sorry.
But
I mean, you lose that much. I mean, you lose that much. It's
well, so I was like you, I was picking up and dropping way more than I normally do.
Yeah.
I was just hoping for something. I was throwing a lot at the wall, hoping they would stick.
Yeah.
I actually had a couple decent pickups at Herman Jones. He was actually all right. The guy on the Pelicans is pretty decent.
Yeah.
Evan Mobley was good for me this year.
Yes, he was.
This season, weakest schedule all time. That was this season. It says weakest schedule all time. OB Lob season 2021.
Yep.
Wait, no, that would be last year because I was right.
Oh, I mean this year 2022 because I don't see anything that says no. It's 2021, Chris, because it says most. Because look, this is
okay, gotcha.
This is what I figured was going to piss Paladin off the most is that he had this year he had the most wins for a season, the most wins all time. He had the most matchup wins all time. He also had the longest streak.
He also cut Chris Paul.
He had the most consecutive victories coming into the championship. He had won 11 in a row this year, and to the finals. And you got all time. You have the most in a row. You have 14 in a row. Your boy, yeah. Who is Rednecks? Because
that's my cousin.
This year he had 17 straight losses.
Yeah.
His team was horrible.
And Prince in the Revolution, was that Brian?
No, that's Cartson. He is no longer in it.
Oh yeah, he shouldn't be because one year he went he lost 22 straight. He lost every.
Yeah.
He lost every. It says, the strongest schedule all time is the guy who finished third. This is it's in the face. He has his schedule 0.885.
Okay.
And that's crazy. Because his is the exact opposite of yours. Like yours is the weakest all time at 1.15. It's the exact opposite. But yeah, Paladin, man, he has the most wins all time. He just had man.
I read bathroom.
All right, man. That right there, man. They gotta hurt when you come into a matchup. Jeez.
I mean, he
11 in a row. And then he loses the final. He loses the final week.
Could you have been had, or you feel like you just had a good week?
All right, I had a chance. Like I mean, I guess
if he'd have made some really good pickups, could you think you could have gotten you or no?
he might have. I mean, he messed up on day one because he played a guy. I mean, he made a rookie mistake day one. He played a guy who didn't play. Picked the guy up and the guy wasn't playing, and he and then of course
he was already behind the 8 ball a little bit already.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was there. I mean, he had, trust me, that week, man, he had guys. I didn't think I had anybody go off. He had guys going off.
Yeah.
Like he had I'm looking at my points. See, Donovan Mitchell had the most points for me. He had 88 points. And then CJ had 76. Trae Young had 121 points for him. Caldwell Pope had 80 points.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Yeah. Caldwell Pope had, but then after that, Towns. I mean, like he even had Eubanks. Eubanks gave him 74 points.
Oh.
The first time he beat me, the reason he beat me the first time was because Tyrese Maxey went off. And I figured if Tobias Harris outscores Tyrese Maxey, we guys going to beat him. And Tobias Harris
prime time pickup. Maxey, that was his prime time pickup.
Like, I mean, I had guys that's doing. Let me see. Only thing he had, like, it was close. I mean, field goals made. I won by 2 field goals made. For some reason, he tried to match me in threes, and nobody was matching me in threes. In threes, you won't match me. I had 91 threes. You won't go see me in threes. My dudes just shot threes every time.
Yeah.
That's all they shot was threes. I beat him by 20 points. But then the assists, I beat him by 179 assists, even though Trae Young had 43 assists that week, and I didn't have a guy over 20.
Goodness.
I had a whole bunch of guys. Getting, and then Rozier had a game of 5 steals. Playoff P had a game of 5 steals. Steals I went up in blocks. I mean, hell, he had Towns. He had all these guys that were pretty big. But I had one guy give me 6 blocks. And that was one game, I believe. Jones.
Okay.
And Tobias Harris had 4 blocks. But Payoff P had 13 threes.
Pushing P.
Yeah. I dropped some of the guys I had all year. Shit. Dropped Cole. Marvin Bagley got hurt. Because I picked him up against Joey. He was going nuts against Joey. Marvin Bagley was.
Yeah, he was.
And I dropped Bane because Bane, he didn't play the last couple of games. Had Joey's boy, Hachimura.
Mm-hmm.
He honestly though, it could have been if I would have started Barton and quickly, it would have been over. It would have been over Sunday morning. He'd have been like no chance. But I take it. I take it.
He'll learn.
Yeah, he will.
Yep.
Or not.
Until then.
Or not. What does he say, Joey?
He wants respect.
Tell him he gets none. Respect. You can't. First of all, you can't get respect if you don't give respect. That's the first thing he got to learn. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You can't come in and not giving respect to people, man, and then thinking that it's just gonna be all easy and sweet.
What's his respect? He'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, that's your boy. He under your tutelage, so
yes, he is.
Either gonna be all right or he was just gonna fall flat.
I
mean, and he like for example, like for the week, I mean, he picked up Mann, he dropped Adams, he dropped Brown, and he picked up. So he only pretty much made like 2 pickups. Me, let's see, one.
Weather midday.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I did like altogether. I probably picked up like 4 or 5 guys. I didn't do a lot of pickups because when I looked at it, most of the guys, the games were every day were filled up from the beginning of the week. So I didn't really have to make any pickups unless I dropped guys just in case, right? Like I dropped Bain because some fucking reason he won't play. Their last game was on like a Thursday. He didn't play again until the next Monday. So like, fuck, I don't need him no more. You know what I'm saying? So I did, bye. Shit, you can't play. Bye.
Goodbye.
You know what I'm saying? And then I did I have Allen against you, Joey? I don't think I had Allen against you.
I don't think so.
I don't think I had Allen against you. So shit, that was the one though, Chris. The week against Joey, that was
your sweat.
Oh, hell yeah. I beat Joey 7-5.
Oh, I love on those.
Now, and the crazy part is, here's the crazy part. I beat Joey 7-5, and I fucking destroyed him in points and field goals. Like it was like a slaughter. Yeah. It was like JV versus varsity. I had 273 made shots. He had 217.
Yeah, but then really what you're doing is you're just shortening instead of it being like you dominate your couple, he dominates his, and now you're looking at 4 or 5 categories.
See how close this joint was though, right? All right, so minutes, that beat me in minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sacrifice for minutes. Field goal percentage. For some reason, Joy team couldn't make shots. Free throws couldn't make shots.
More.
Joy made 77 threes. I made 80 threes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's the first category that's in play.
All right.
Right?
Points weren't in play. Joey had 209 rebounds. I had, and I'm looking at like my roster. I dropped everybody I had when I played, by the time I played Paladin. Like I'm looking at when I played Joey, like I got, just look at it so you see what I'm saying. That's why I was called scared money don't make it. Look at this.
There you go. That's right.
I played all these dudes.
There's all minuses on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, look at that. Look at their rebound. Look at their assists.
Ooh. Blocks. So you had turnovers was in play, blocks in play, steals in play, assists in play, rebounds.
It's right here. That was the last game. This guy had 14 assists right here.
Free throws made. So there actually was, that was a close week because you had 6 categories in play.
Yep. CP3, baby. Them 14 assists were the biggest 14 assists of the year. Because he came back. The first game he came back, I couldn't play him. Then I had him for one more game against Joey. I said, I'm playing this bitch this game. He's playing.
Joey could have gotten a guy who makes threes and assists. You had that week. Joey.
But see, come on, look.
Huh?
Yeah. It was funny is Joey. Joey had this guy and this guy. I think I had him too against Joey.
Yeah. I had Cole Anthony.
You did? You had Cole Anthony too?
I did. I think I did. Or was that the week? Yeah, right there.
Yeah, he's on your bench.
There he is.
He got injured though. You didn't play him.
Yeah.
I tell you, when I thought, I'm gonna tell you, I'll just be real with you, Joey. Let me tell you when I thought that there was no way I was gonna beat you. Pritchard Woods knocked down 7 threes the first night.
Yeah.
I was watching the game against the Woods, like, what are they doing? And then he got cold but I had Bain knocked down 13 threes.
Goodness.
Mitchell knocked down 13. Rozier knocked down 11. McCullum knocked down 10. Fought my way back into it, baby.
Yes, you did.
Look at that. And look at that end of the season. I was what 1.5 lead.
I was right there.
Look at that. So one game in the loss column, 2 ties. So what's that? It's like 2 back 2.
Freaking buttons.
Hey, that was the biggest. I'm telling you, man. The biggest week for me was when I beat Buttons. I was looking at your score in mine, and I'm like, I have to beat Buttons by a certain amount. And if I don't, there's no damn way I'm going to get this first round bye. And I needed that first round bye bad. I needed it.
Congratulations, JB.
It's one of the greatest feats ever. I told you, the only thing that takes the cake over this is 7-6, 7-6, 7-6. That's the only thing that I can think is even that's more remarkable.
4-4-4.
What you finished? What, Chris? You finished the season what place? And
6, I think, right?
In like 6th place or 5th place?
Something like that, maybe 5th, right around there. Yeah.
No, well, you had to finish. You had to finish 6th because you was in my bracket and I was the number 1 seed.
Yeah, so I probably played the 3rd, which would have been franchise Buttons.
Yeah.
And
Buttons.
then
tell Buttons get out the semifinals. Get out the first round, Buttons.
No, hold on. So no, I would have finished 5th. Right? Yeah, I would have finished 5th because you should have played 4th. Buttons would have been 4th. Right? Because then I played you in the 2nd round. So you would have been 1st. You normally would play the 4th place guy, which would have been Buttons. But I was 5th. So I finished 4th. Or I finished 5th.
And I was mad. Joey was playing Dana's a legit team last month. Oh man, he's gonna beat the crap out of it. Like, he was up at one point. I swear it was like 12-1. I was like, man.
I was whooping Diesel.
And then it was 9-4. Like, you won 9-4. I won 8-5. Clutch. I call that clutch, Joey.
Yeah.
Buttons didn't come through, huh?
Nah, he didn't come through. Like Buttons, he didn't. He didn't do it for Joey.
No, he didn't.
But Buttons lost to Dana 1-12. How the hell?
Dana's roster was pretty good when LeBron played.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Dana finished 11th.
He just doesn't pick enough people up. That's his problem.
Yeah, well, like I was telling, Buttons was like, well, see what you can do. Not making moves. I said, well, Buttons, the top 4 people made more than 50 moves. So what's your excuse?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think it does give you an advantage up to a point.
Yeah.
Because in the end, I think you have to make the playoffs. It gives you the one advantage it does give you is that it gives you a good seed into the playoffs. But once you get into the playoffs, I think everybody is just doing that anyway. So
yep.
I think that at that point, now you really got to manage. And it's tough at that point because everybody's doing the same thing. Everyone's picking up and dropping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, it really doesn't matter. I think it's tough at that point though. But how many did Buttons do? 15?
Man, Buttons did. I don't think he did that many. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. He had 15 pickups.
He had 15 pickups. And he kept his Knicks the whole year, I tell you that. Man, cold-blooded. What was he doing? He didn't make one pickup the whole year.
He's out.
He's out for next year.
He will never be asked to join ever again.
And he shunned him?
Yes, he will be shunned from fantasy sports.
Your boy Brian made 3 pickups the whole year. 3.
Yeah.
3 pickups. And he had John Morant. How you got John Morant, Luka, Devin, Zach LaVine,
and can play them all at the same time?
Because you don't pick any, you try to pick up no decent. That means you drafted. That means everybody else you drafted didn't even bother. Jesus.
Well, yeah, because he could play Morant, he can play Booker at small forward, Luka, and he can play LaVine at the utility.
Yep.
And he could play. So then, yeah, I mean,
what he needed was some decent power forwards and the centers. You know, I mean, yeah, he won't try to win.
I wonder if we redrafted how we would draft now.
He can stay right there in our division. Leave him in our division.
Let me see where it was actually draft results.
I mean, I probably would have taken. I'm looking at it like, damn, why did I take George over Embiid? I must have been trying to plan something. I took Mitchell over Trae Young.
Oh yeah, I took Beal and Anthony Davis. Oh, those 2 bombs.
Beal and Anthony Davis. Franchise took Julius Randle in the 3rd round.
Westbrook. He took Westbrook in the 2nd round.
Anthony Edwards, O.B. Lobs. I was mad he took Christian Wood right there.
It was a great pickup right there.
It was, man. He was more than a great pickup. Siakam finally started playing.
Finally got it going, yeah.
Yeah, he's been balling. Chris took Zion in the 6th round. I remember we were talking like, who gonna take Zion? I mean, who gonna take him?
I mean, the talent he has, he can dominate. I mean, not that he's playing, but he can dominate certain categories on his own.
My team, shit, that dude, he gonna give you field goals made and field goal percentage every week if he's balling right. Because he's gonna have games of 8 for 10, 9 for 12. He's not gonna not make shots.
So of my first 6 picks, I had Zion, Sexton, Edwards, Jaylen Brown, Anthony Davis, and Beal. Only 2 guys of those guys really. Jaylen Brown and Anthony Edwards were good. The other 4 were horrible. If you miss on your first 4 of your first 6 picks, you're screwed.
I think I was the exact opposite. My first 6 picks, I had George, Mitchell, McCollum.
McCollum was good.
Harris, Allen, Scary Terry. So Allen was good up until the last week till he got hurt. Tobias was up and down, but he still provided a service. And of course, Scary Terry had his moments. Anyway, yeah, well, fantasy baseball. What? Time for you to go?
Yes.
Yeah, go to sleep, man. You know you're gonna be sleeping till you working tomorrow? What you doing tomorrow?
Haircut.
You get a haircut?
Haircut. I'm a workout.
Workout? Okay.
Workout. Bright and early.
Bright and early. Okay. Good for you.
6:30.
What time?
6:30.
Man, you working out in 4.5 hours?
Yeah, 4.5 hours.
You ain't gonna have it. You send me a picture. Text me a picture of you working out.
I will.
Especially if you don't got anything else going on the rest of the day, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, screw that.
The workout is 6:30. Haircut at what time?
10:30.
Now after that, naps.
Yeah, you right about that.
You ref tomorrow?
No.
Oh, so you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, I'll probably get up when I get up.
That's nice to say.
And then I may go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be getting my hair done on Saturday. And going to see Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The Secrets of Dumbledore.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going by myself. My wife's going to see Morbius, but I'm going to see that. So, because she doesn't want to see that. So, and I saw Morbius in Texas. Say what, Chris?
You guys just drive up there together and then leave after?
Yes, no, we'll drive to the movie theater. My movie starts. I'm going to watch my movie. Her movie starts. She'll go and watch it. Then when we're done, we're going to go home. We probably go eat before we go in there, though. That's the thing. We'll eat before we go in there. But yeah, tomorrow though, I'm probably know I'm gonna go to the gym. I gotta go to the dermatologist and get ready to watch the games tomorrow night.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Got these parlays going on, trying to hit
big ones. Let's
get it. All right, man.
Yeah, I'll send you my picks over because
mine's coming. Mine's about to come over now.
Okay. I got to trim this video too because I got this whole thing going the whole time. I'm going to trim it after your hot take. All right, guys, man. Y'all have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you.